Always talking shit show.
You're
What's goody? What's goody?
it's your boy Doc on.
It's your boy Akeem Sincere.
You're back with another session of the Always Talking Shit Show. Alright. So to get back and talk about this before we do our pleasant.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Go ahead, bros. Go ahead. We got some shit to get right back to because you finally.
Cause nigga,
You
we
seen the
had
movie.
this whole long ass fucking argument the other day, and now I feel a little more justified in the argument that was being had. So, hold on. We got a lot of like glitched out in the background. Let me fix this for a second. Hold on.
You gonna start relaunching it?
Nope. Just tweaking a couple like color things.
This little nigga Jaden be hella loud. Oh, Jalen, man, that's just funny. He be in his bag, dog. Not trying to hear shit. So what's good with everybody, man?
All right. So, okay. So now let's talk about this Mortal Kombat shit now that I've seen the movie. And I have watched it twice.
Get your shit off. I ain't got no
Hey,
idea.
nigga, I love HBO Max. I ain't gonna front. I ain't watch fucking Fresh Prince of Bel. I've been binge watching that's
Told you, man.
because I'm talking about you talking about one of my favorite shows from being a kid, nigga. Come
now
on,
you can
bro.
watch it. Exterminate all the brutes, nigga. Put that shit on.
All right.
You gonna be like, yo, this shit is wild. Like, it take a minute. Roll up something. It take a minute to like get into it. I only watched it. Shout out to Joe Budden, nigga. Because I heard him talking about it, and I was like,
ass question. Like, do you got tattoos? Your
Yeah.
tattoos just ever itch?
yeah,
Just dumb bad sometimes.
yeah. Have you ever had yourself wondering, like, nigga, why only on my tattoo itch, nigga?
Right.
Yeah, I know. I can see it in your face right now, like when you was just.
flare up real quick. All right. Okay. So first and foremost we're gonna start with okay. So the story makes sense. The story it goes in chronological.
Spoiler alert again.
It
if
goes
you ain't
in.
seen it.
No, I'm not gonna even tell you what happens. It goes in chronological order. Just as a Mortal Kombat fan from day one, I'm not used to hearing the story in chronological order.
I feel you.
Because the way that we get the story is we don't get the very first part of the Mortal Kombat story until like Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, I believe. So now, if you're a diehard Mortal Kombat fan, it works for you because you know this story. We've heard this story 1,000 times. Now we just get to hear it from start to finish. What I'm not feeling is this brand new fucking character that they fucking developed out of nowhere that nigga we ain't never played in a game with, heard of, and Netherrealm, Earthrealm, none of the Outworld, none of that shit. So that's the issue there. It's like the main character of this movie is a fucking character that we have never heard of. So now that pisses me off as the Mortal Kombat fan. That now I feel you. Now we can have this argument, and now I can go and feel on your side of the fact of this movie wasn't made for the fucking gamers because you added a character
The funny thing
no
is,
gamer is familiar
hey,
with,
the funny
nigga.
thing is, bro, this is why knowledge is key. I felt
What's
like
happening,
that when
OG?
we was arguing.
Right.
But I didn't have the fucking words to like, cause I remember I was gonna tell you I was trying to ask you, but I didn't know how to even describe him to you. Like, bro, it's a nigga. I don't remember him from the game. Like, but
Because
maybe,
he wasn't in the game, he
and I was
does
just
not
thinking
exist.
It was just me.
Nope.
And so I didn't say that. So when you first brought that up, I was like, oh, okay, that's what. And had I said that, it would have probably made a lot more sense of what I was trying to say.
No,
Like, nigga,
he
I don't think they doing this for like the hardcore
they're
gamers.
not.
Nigga,
You're absolutely fucking
I
correct.
could just tell.
You're absolutely correct in the fact of what you were talking about is right. This game was not made for us, the gamer. This movie was made for movie goers and consumers, because for the simple fact that you added a character no gamer that's ever played Mortal Kombat that will ever we don't recognize this motherfucker. Like who the fuck is Cole Young, nigga?
Like, cause when he got the little shell, I was like, dog, I don't remember this nigga.
No, Cause you know what I thought? I'm gonna keep it 100. I thought he was gonna turn into Sub-Zero, or not Sub-Zero. I thought he was going to turn into Scorpion.
Me too.
So I was like,
for a minute,
this
I
is
was
gonna
like,
be Scorpion.
that nigga's gonna be Scorpion.
Yeah.
That's why y'all start beef. He was coming after your family. You said, fuck that. Nigga, I'm gonna get, and you got the lenience, but they brought Scorpion back. They probably would have been better off
making him Scorpion.
Scorpion, bro. Like, who the fuck is Cole?
Because we all saw that coming, and we were all good with that. We were
I was watching it like, oh, son gonna be Scorpion.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be.
He finna get real mad.
Because even when Scorpion comes back, remember, when he comes back at that moment, you don't know he's Scorpion, nigga, until he announces it. Like, nigga, I go by Scorpion now. Like,
right.
Nigga, they both just changed their names, nigga. Like, I'll go by Sub-Zero. Oh, Slurpees? Yeah, them shit's fire. I'm good. I got these red vines. I'm being my classic.
So, I'm not... Fight scenes, fatalities, dope.
What about this? Should have been more? I felt like it should have been more of them.
No, I liked it.
You liked it?
I liked it. Because
it was fighting in the movie.
There is. These niggas have... Every character, even if you go through their old lineage of the game, has about 10 to 12 fatalities.
Right.
You can't just throw them all out in one game, in one movie.
No, I didn't mean that. I just meant like...
So I
heard people say it wasn't enough fighting in the movie.
Bullshit.
And I was like, nigga, the whole movie, they fighting from the rip. Nigga, they started off fighting. It's like, nigga, how much... Niggas really just want, nigga, like a... Fuck it, nigga, everybody just fight. Nigga, the whole movie. Like, it don't work like that.
That's not how that works.
So, it got to be somewhat of a story.
So you needed to turn Cole into Scorpion. And there was just... That's where the movie got lame for me. Is you added this character.
Right.
Ain't none of
As it makes sense. Especially being a gamer and being a loyalist, it makes sense. You know what I mean? To me, I was just like, man, what's going on? Like, I don't remember him. But I just kept blaming myself. Like, well, nigga, you ain't played the game since you was a kid. You really don't follow it like that. You probably just forgot about this nigga. You probably just used somebody else. Because it was hella people to choose from. So I was like,
that nigga did not exist, bro. So it wasn't the fact that you never.
And I hate when Hollywood do that shit. Because they do that shit in like biographic films too. They did that shit in Harriet Tubman. They just made a white dude, like a white character, nigga, and just threw him in her story. Like, nigga, he helped her.
Does our shit go on?
Do 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 do. Yeah, so that shit. That shit's funny, man. Like,
so okay, yeah. So I'm not digging. I'm not digging what they did with the new character. I digging what they're doing with the story.
Well, I just didn't like the new character. Like, he wasn't cool.
He was hella weak.
Yeah, bro. Like, nigga, you was a habitual loser.
What else I didn't like is they made Liu Kang soft, nigga. Liu Kang is not soft, nigga. That is Earthrealm's mightiest warrior, nigga. He ain't soft, nigga.
Fam, and somebody did a side-by-side of the old one in the first movie versus the... I was like, bro, they could have made that nigga look a little more jacked up, nigga. A little more believable that you got all this strength and power. Like, son wasn't even that much more cut up than me, nigga. Like, he just ain't had no gut. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bird chest ass nigga. Watch out.
So, yeah. It was a good fighting movie. I'll keep it 100. I liked it.
I'm just saying, like, what this
story was dumb. No, story was good. The new character adding to the story was stupid as shit.
Bro, you remember what I was trying to say?
Because the story makes sense.
In the beginning, I was like, that's what I was saying. I was like, dog, I can see where they're going with the story. The story actually is okay.
Well, because that's the story. If you play the games, that's the story we.
And that's what I was trying to say. Like, because technically, when you say it, it's like, okay, it's in order. But you're like, nah, it ain't supposed to be in order. But I'm like, I know, but it is, but it ain't. They following the game. It was just hard to explain it. So now that we both seen it, I think I agree, dog. It was just the new character.
Who fuck is this dude?
Who is that? Whose son? Like, nigga. You mean tell me you the one nigga that survived, nigga, and then you became, well, you the grandchild of the one motherfucker that survived, like great-grandchild or some shit. It's just a lot of whack. What was your daddy doing, nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? It just leaves a lot of questions, nigga. So why just you? Like, nigga, you had a daddy, a grandfather, nigga, Probably some uncles, nigga. Why you the chosen one? And you be losing.
Getting your ass whipped.
I ain't like that part. Like
Getting your ass
this nigga's
whipped.
fighting for $200, getting talked to disrespectfully by the nigga, by the fight promoter, nigga.
And then hold on.
Wife won't come watch you get whooped no more. Like nah.
And then the bitch Sonya, she earns her mark.
Cause she knocks on whatchamacallit off.
Kano
nigga,
off.
and it just came to her, and hers just happened to be.
She kills Kano way far down the timeline, nigga. She don't kill Kano that fast, and that's not how she got chosen to go to be a chosen Mortal Kombat fighter. Like that, there are parts that they just went far off with the story. Like nah, nigga, that's not how. I'm like these niggas is good, bruh.
I wonder why that is, bro.
I don't know.
How hard is it to, I'm going to write this movie? Well, what would you do? Okay, well, I'm going to have a party. We're going to just play these games. Everybody that grew up playing these games, I'm going to have a think tank. I'm going to have some kids come over, some young cats that played it when it first came out. You know what I'm saying?
When you don't need to do none of that, you can just go get the story from the game and build the fucking story around the actual
That's what I mean,
game.
though. That's what I mean. Like, just have a couple people do it. So that way you ain't just doing it all by yourself.
Right.
You know, have some niggas that actually grew up, that's invested. Like, oh, yeah, I remember it because he's this, that. Had them people around, nigga, and then get the story all written out, and then go just like that. Like, go from the storyline. Because even with that, it gives you freedom to be creative. And, like, the thing is, the real creativity nowadays in these films are, like, the CGI and shit like that.
My nigga, 11 games have come out. Do you know how much storyline that is?
That's a mad storyline because I was thinking about 2-3 of them motherfuckers was out.
No, 11. Nigga, we were 3 before me and you were ever in middle school, nigga. We had 3.
So the thing is...
Okay, I'll tell you this.
They filed.
We had 3. Mortal Kombat 3 came out when Super Nintendo was still being sold, nigga.
Yeah, see? Yeah, okay. You right. So all I'm saying is this, nigga. Like I said yesterday, CGI, graphics, cool. Fight scenes, I think you'll like the fight scenes, Dre. I'm kind of waiting to see where they're going with the story. Like, the storyline.
Get rid of this nigga Cole.
Normal.
This nigga Cole
right,
needs
bro,
to
like,
be
it's just like,
killed off already.
He just don't. I mean, he got cool at the end when the little spikes thing grew on this shit. But that even was kind of corny. Like, those are your weapons, bro?
That's
like,
corny.
Give me this birthmark back and switch me out, nigga. I don't want that. I'd rather have a laser shoot out my eye.
I thought that nigga was Baraka.
Somebody, right?
Because Baraka got the shit that comes out of his arms and shit, the blades and shit. So I'm like, you already got a nigga like that pretty much.
But that shit just was too much. It was too. You know who it was? It was too Terminator to me.
Yep.
The way that nigga got his shit looked like the Terminator, like the skinny one. Hey, fuck out of here, nigga.
The shit.
He just didn't look cool. He didn't fit in with the movie. I'm just like, bro. They could get. You know what they really can get off to, and this would be pissing me off about all these movies that turn into movies. These like type of like cartoons and games and shit that turn into movies. They don't go hard enough. Like, fam, you could just do a Sub-Zero versus Scorpion, and that could have been the first installment if you want to just start the story off there. Mm-hmm. That could be a whole movie, fam. What happened? You know what I'm saying? It could be a whole fucking movie. You could have them niggas come back, nigga, both cheat death, nigga, however many times they did to where they got special powers and all that. And then and you could have ended the movie with them being Sub-Zero and Scorpion fighting it out.
Here's the other crazy thing. We saw NetherRealm once.
And so wait, just I don't mean to cut you off. So fam, Sub-Zero's not in none of the movies no more? So let's say they do 3 more movies. Let's say it's a 3-movie installment. The fuck you mean? Sub-Zero not in none of the next 2 movies?
He's just saying he's built like Scorpion is. They're dead, so they can just.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That makes sense. Yeah, you're right.
Coming back. That's how the story just play. It's how it's been playing out.
Yeah, you're right.
All Mortal Kombat characters have died at some point.
You're right. You're right.
And it'll just somehow come back. But
that shit wild.
Why the fuck we need Cole Young?
Yeah, bro. I really do want them to explain that shit, especially if you saying the nigga wasn't even in the game.
Never.
Because I just never remembered. I thought maybe he was somebody that I just didn't remember. I can't name all these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, okay, he's probably somebody I don't
Everybody
remember.
else in the movie was from the game. He was the only outcast. Which made no fucking sense.
Yeah, bro. And just the way he... Remember, he couldn't even get his shit off, nigga, his power off, so he just went back home.
Right. They sent
Like,
him home like, nigga,
that
you
nigga
a
was
liability,
soft,
nigga.
nigga.
You gotta go, bro.
Like, I just didn't like his whole shit. And his shit was stupid. Like, that suit, that little fish scale suit that come on, and then he get the little things and shit, and nigga, he gotta go like this to cut you, and shit just weird. Like, that's what y'all decided to give him? They don't even shoot out or nothing.
Right.
Like, fam, I don't know.
Even Sonya's shit shot out of her arm.
Well, even she had some lasers and shit shooting out, nigga, like.
And nigga had blades.
That grow on you. That nigga was whack, kind of. And when old boy's arms get big, nigga, I thought that shit was kind of weird too, though. I was like, nigga, they should have. That's where story writing and storytelling goes in.
Right.
You should have explained that the type of metal that they use, nigga, on his amputation, nigga, and that it had special abilities like that like synced in with his like neurological state. Because they had that nigga's arms looking all shriveled up.
But this is where the game. This is where the movie maker is now playing into the gamers. It's like, okay, you know why this works this way. Because we did. We know, like, okay, yeah, his arm. We know that Jax's arms were taken off by Sub-Zero at some point, the same way they were.
Right.
And they put this shit on him.
I even peeped and remembered that.
But what
I'm saying is
what is it? What did they call that shit? It
That's what I'm
started with
saying.
the A. That shit don't exist. I never even heard of that.
Dog, but what I'm really talking about is the lack of storytelling and bringing the people like for every other day folk. Like, why is it that he has these metal arms and they're skinny? They're like skinny nigga arms, and he can't lift shit, and he's weak, and he's like, oh man, I can't do it.
Until
Then when somebody he cares about, nigga, is in danger, and he gets upset, all of a sudden them shit's growing, and like, nigga, he jacked and nigga and just throwing shit off him. Why is they didn't explain that?
Hey, but when that nigga clapped that nigga though,
Fuck that nigga.
that nigga said, "You."
Bro, Sub-Zero, the way Sub-Zero was killing shit, nigga, is insane. They could have had a little bit more Scorpion though, in that realm of Scorpion. Like,
I think I liked the Scorpion only coming out at the end and fucking shit up like he did. I like that.
I'm just saying for selfish reasons, nigga, I'd like to see that nigga fucking up some shit more. Sub-Zero definitely had more parts. That nigga told that nigga, remember this face. Like, nigga, you know how real you is about your word, nigga, when you tell a nigga you gonna kill him while he's killing you? Like, nigga, when we get to the afterlife, it's on
you, nigga.
And then actually do it, nigga, like, that's crazy.
I apologize for anybody who hasn't seen the movie.
I don't, nigga.
We let a lot of cats out the bag.
HBO Max, nigga, couple of hours. You can go see a whole bunch of shit. And on the 30th, nigga, it's hella shit that coming out this year. They getting the Space Jam. They got the you already seen the Godzilla versus whatchamacallit, right? That's on there.
I know it's on there, but
Niggas all type of shit. They got the contract with Paramount or somebody like that. Or whoever it was. So all the movies that was going to theaters this summer, like Space Jam. What else is it? The new Suicide Squad is coming to HBO Max. It's this other movie, dog, that the boy Michael B. Jordan is in, and Shorty plays his wife, Nip's girl, Lauren London. She plays his wife in there, nigga, and they murk her. And she was pregnant. They murk her off, nigga. Like the CIA, it's like
I've seen the previews for that.
That shit's about to be hard. It's a Tom Clancy book, nigga, that they turned into like a movie. Dog, they say that shit's about to be off the chain. It comes out this Friday. I'll be at the house, nigga, on movie night on Friday, nigga. Pop a little popcorn up or something. Get your little snacks right, wine or something. Spliffies. And get to work. Speaking of spliffies, let's go ahead and spliff one. And then I guess we can get to this show, my guy.
Sure, why not?
ATS episode 41. What you niggas gonna do when we get to 50?
I'm tired. I'm high.
That nigga said I'm tired. This nigga's not tired. He's high. This nigga wants to act like he a teenager, nigga. He over here, nigga, dabbing, nigga, like 6 dabs in a row.
I'm hired.
That makes sense. I could dig it, nigga. You're hired.
Man, time for a job.
Shout out to Talkin Twine. Black owned, black operated, black manifested.
They make some real ugly watches. I ain't gonna cap.
You damn lie.
I've been on that website. I don't got nothing I'd wear.
Well, I've never seen you wear a watch.
I'm just fucking around now.
So that's one.
How many watches they got now?
Talkin Twine?
I just remember when they started out, they had like 4, and I didn't really fuck with them.
No, nigga, they got like fucking hundreds of watches, nigga. Like, they nice. They got, the his and her packages. Like, nigga, if you want to get you a Tory, a little something.
My nigga, do you really don't think I know what? Talkin Twine comes from Detroit, right?
It's Virginia.
You positive?
The story of their shit is that it's an OD to a black neighborhood called Talkin Twine. It's an Ave. It's an intersection. It's an intersection of Talkin Twine, and in Talkin Twine, it was a black operated it was a black neighborhood that basically held this shit down and like withstood the hard times and came out of like a economic down spiral, but just did it as a black community together. That's where they from, and that's where they pay homage to. Like, it's Talkin Twine. I mean, them niggas is nice. Go to their website. The shit is dope. It's another company called Benson by Marcel. Only reason why I came across this shit, man, is because I just want to be more into the things that I speak about. And I was saving up money to get a watch. And so, not to get all in my business, nigga, but I had about 7 tucked away, nigga, to get this watch I wanted that really go for like 22, but I had it locked in on a price. I was thinking, and nigga, everybody's situation is a little light right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can use some extra money. So I was really hesitant on making the purchase because I was like, man, I know responsibly I shouldn't be buying this watch. Right? I was like, I definitely shouldn't be paying this much for a watch right now. And by the grace of God, man, he'll do it. Nigga, I just seen a little under search. It was all these other different watch companies. And I was like, oh, that shit nice. And I hit it. And it brung up Talkin Twine. And I was like, oh, what? This is a black company? What? And I just started squirting through. Nigga, they got every watch that I wanted to get that I had priced out. They got it for like a couple $100 cheaper. I got my first purchase because I wanted to see if they was legit. This is a good, nice watch right here. Like, I know nice watches. Nigga,
I don't like that band.
I don't care. This is the limited edition.
Do you know?
That's why I grabbed this one. But I'm getting the all gold band coming, nigga, and they got a black one, nigga. That's the black leather band with this crazy rose gold. That's crazy too.
Do you know why you don't see me wear watches or any type of jewelry?
I mean, I would assume because you was DJing, nigga.
Jewelry that I want costs way too much money.
Yeah, see, and my thing is, I feel that, but
I'm not one of those people who. Well, I mean, you're not. I'm not calling you. I'm not. I won't find like a lesser dope watch because I know I want what I want.
Yeah, me too. I'm always like that.
You know
now I'm
saying?
gonna tell you this: what I did, and just with my history, I'm a watch guy. I think I got a case full of watches now. I love watches, but I remember thinking to myself, like, I got some watches that are overpriced. Like, when you're paying for watches are overpriced, fam. Like, we just know that. That's why I like the other company too, called Benson by Marcel. Their whole shit is an OD to Benjamin Banneker, which is a black man from America that nigga has gotten wide. Nigga, basically, he created the watch and the clock. That's why they got Big Ben over there in Europe, and so they got this little watch, this little like cut called the Benjamin Banneker. Nigga, that shit's nice. Me, I like the fact that it's a black owned, black operated luxury brand. Nigga, they got dope ass bags and shit that I normally will go into Things Remembered or some other place, nigga, and spend extra and get inflated just to have it. I like the fact that they not really doing that, and you can still get a nice ass watch. Like, watches to me, nigga, as a watch guy, like, don't get me wrong, like, nigga, if I start showing you my watch list, nigga, the watches I want, like, and want to have one day. They're like art pieces, niggas. Like, they're going to be passed on in my family. But I like the company. I like this shit, too, because what you learn about the shit and anything that's new. Nigga, I don't know how much my watch. I don't know where this company's going. Like it's on the uptick. It seems like, and so if it keeps doing what it's doing, like New York Times, nigga, bestsellers, nigga, best watch companies, watch brand, all type of shit. And from what I read, the creators they come from the top of the line companies in the watchmaking space, so they kind of understand too. Like a lot of this shit is just overpriced, and some of these watches like APs and shit like that and Rolexes, it's just name. I've had a Rolex. It's just namesake. Nigga, that Rolex didn't feel no more comfortable than this. They got an automatic joint too.
Watch I want. I need a Breitling. Very good handmade watch. Bulova, great handmade watch. Movado, great handmade watch.
I got a couple Movados, like, but they're overpriced though. Movados are overpriced.
Hublot, one of the greatest handmade watches.
You're talking like creme de la creme in terms of branding and the price, but you can factually say that they're overpriced as well.
No.
Yeah, they are.
I'd say for the work that goes into one of them watches, I wouldn't call it overpriced.
I would, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because a cat, I won't call him my friend because that'd be a stretch. But a celebrity jeweler that I've been acquainted with, nigga, was telling me that. He was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. There's certain basics to a good watch, and if you have them, that's a good watch. He said that's why I got clientele that's millionaires, nigga, and they have watches that only cost $1,200 or $800 because it's a dope ass watch. They'll come to me with an $800 watch and have me flush it because the watch is dope. Like, oh, that's a good watch. They got the 13 and the 20,000 joints too, but you know it's funny. It's eclecticism. When I was a kid, I remember, nigga, I used to have Air Jordans and XJ900s. Nigga, I was a kid like that. Nigga, I used to have, nigga, new Shelto, new Forces or something, nigga, and a pair of Pro Wings, nigga, because I liked them. And I always was like that. Like, my mom would be getting some shoes for my sisters and shit, little sandals and shit. And she'd be like, he ain't gonna want nothing in here. That boy want to go to Foot Locker. Like, and I would go find some sneakers that I would wear. And she'd be like, you better wear these to make sure I wasn't just trying to get something because everybody else was. And she would always be amazed at that shit. Like, today he had on Timbs. Yesterday he had on Forces. That nigga went to school with some Pro Wings on today. They was hard, though. That's just how I was as a kid. Like, so some people are like that. And I got a homie, like, I'm not getting one until I can get the one I want, period. With me, that's how I was. And I was saving up to get another watch. This particular watch I've been eyeing. But then the thing is, I was like, man, the only one that shit is up to 2 bands is because it's European. That's it. Like, I'm looking at the watch. I'm looking at the features of the watch. I'm looking at the metal. Like, this watch ain't better. And then when I was hesitant to get it, and I went ahead and went to that website, and nigga, I fell in love. I was like, nigga, I'm getting these. I'm getting that one. And if it comes through correct, if it feels right, I'm fucking with them. Shout out to Tally and Twine. I'm fucking with them.
Yeah, go ahead and cut us a check for the promo.
It ain't promo yet.
Appreciate it.
It ain't promo yet. It's just doing our just due, man. It's black business. We're black business. Let's black businesses connect. You know what I'm saying? And reunite. Yeah, send us some joints. We good. Couple bags.
Put some diamonds in that shit. I'll buy that motherfucker.
No diamonds in mine. No diamonds in mine. Unemployment.
Why?
Unemployment.
Payments or just unemployment in general?
Unemployment in general. This is what I want to say real quick, and we getting off of them because we gave them a lot of our time. I ran across something that was crazy. It said 8.4 high school dropouts, 8.4% unemployment rate in this country for high school dropouts, which is not that bad considering you're a high school dropout.
Not bad at
right?
all.
For black people in America, the unemployment rate sits at 9.6. That's black people with master's degrees.
That's just black people in general.
Law
nigga.
Degrees, nigga, like fucking work ethic, all that, nigga. We are still. So basically, as a non-black person in America, you have a better chance of being employed uneducated. That's fucking crazy to me. I felt the way when I heard that. Like, that's foul.
Is it crazy to you though? Should we really be surprised at this shit anymore, dog? It's so fucked up to even I'm no longer surprised at it. I'm no longer surprised at redlining. It's just. I'm not gonna say it is what it is because we gonna change this shit. This shit's gonna change.
It just made me really think how I would talk to young black children about education and shit like that now. I would always encourage everyone to educate themselves and to become as educated as possible.
Get your high school diploma and leave it at that. Go get go get a trade.
I mean, you go get a trade for sure.
Go get a trade and then go to school later.
Go to school afterwards. The best advice that was given to me, and I didn't do it.
Go pay for your own. Go get a trade. Go make great money, and then go pay for your own schooling after.
I had a coach tell me, he told me, he's like, you're a tweener. He said, bro, if you give yourself 2 years after high school, don't go to college, don't go play ball nowhere, just work out, train, and go to trade school. Now, this is the fucked up thing about it. I'm glad you said that. Oh, shit. You good?
Yep.
Because one thing and you vouch for me if I'm wrong. You tell me if I'm right or wrong. This is my experience with this. You tell me what yours is. Fam, coming up, they made trade school sound like it was for suckers. Mm-hmm. They made like trade school like, oh, you should go get a trade. That was almost like, nigga, you stupid. You ain't gonna make it in college. Fam, I used to hear
what they didn't attach to that. Go get a trade is that trade can make you six figures.
No, they didn't. What they didn't attach to it is that's the fastest way to become a millionaire in America.
Out of high school,
it's through trade.
Yeah, out of high school.
Fam.
That's something that you can graduate the next day. Go to get a trade, nigga, and start making six figures, nigga, in the next couple of years. Look, okay, let's use our homeboy Jones. Jones is a plumber now.
Before you go there. Around this time when I started figuring out, man, I'm a little older than Jones. Nigga, I talked to Jones about that shit before he went. I'm not going to sit here and say that I talked him into doing it.
No, because
Jones already had his shit together in his mind. But I remember talking to him about a trade, and when he was talking to me about when he was doing this trade thing, I remember telling him, like, oh, you about to get to the money.
No, but he didn't do the trade thing when you would talk to him about that, because I know that time frame too.
Right.
The way that Jones became a plumber is he was pumping grease for a plumbing company, and the owner was like, come learn this, and he was like, I'm not doing let me go learn. Nigga, Jones made 90 last year.
No, easy as a plumber, bro. You remember I went to
you're in a fucking union that is a trade.
I went to a union, like,
that's
I see it now.
Exactly.
Now I see who's getting the money, bro. Like when my boy that's a realtor is like, man,
like, hold on, let me. There's more to that. Niggas taking trips to Thailand and going to out of the country once per year. This nigga's trade, his company. Here's what this trade gets you. His company. I don't mean to put his business out there. But I'm trying to teach young niggas what a trade can get you.
Take somebody else's name. Fuck it.
No, my homeboy. You just ain't gonna know his name. The nigga gets a bonus twice a year. Once in the middle of the year. Once at Christmas for a percentage of what the company has made.
Yeah. And
you're talking thousands of dollars. Not a couple of grand. You're talking, he's getting like almost 10 grand per bonus.
Damn, I know.
With his trade.
I know. Like, you got to understand, like.
So anybody who's ever told you that a trade is dumb,
just in my union alone, if I decide to go back home to New York and I just want to work while I'm out there visiting. Nigga, do you know how much money I make doing the shit that I do here?
Let's talk
in
about
New York.
And let's talk about
from like 35 to 90.
Let's talk about and that's on the ground. Let's put a fucking harness around you and put you up in that skyscraper.
Okay. Let's just say you've been doing this shit for a while,
right? Yeah.
2 years instead of a few months. Like,
yeah, $100-something a year.
You walking in with the 90. You walking in with that 35. Bro, and when I remember being in trade school, a nigga that has been to college, thinking, like, I would just start laughing sometimes, and niggas would look at me like, what's up, man? I'd be like, nothing, man. This country's a trip. Because, nigga, all the competent people, and I'm saying, not saying you're competent just because you went to college, but I'm saying by society's rules and standards, those are the most competent, right? Allegedly. You telling me these motherfuckers that's going to school and becoming lawyers, doctors, engineers couldn't be a trade, couldn't go get a trade?
Do you know what kills?
But they would make so much more money.
Do you know what kills me? Also, is people who are against unions, right? That aren't educated on unions, nigga. Do you know the type of benefits?
I'm glad you brought that up.
That you get being. Do you know how hard it is to get fired from a job?
Okay.
when you are in the union. Let
I'm
me
in
let
the
me
union.
go
Yeah, I
there
do.
for real quick. I'm talking
I do.
to the.
No, I do.
I know you do.
But I
It's
wanna-
it's like a state job. You almost have to kill somebody on the job, steal from the job,
The police.
get arrested. You got to do some crazy shit to get yourself fired from a job if you're in the union.
Fam,
It's
real quick.
Your fucking
I'm not gonna say
health
no names.
insurance.
Real quick, one of my
Nigga.
guys. I'm not gonna say no names. Nigga just had a bad day. He did some stupid shit. Just a day that nigga, he ain't normally that guy. He did some stupid shit. Man, is that my boy Ness Blood? What's good, my guy?
Hold on. Before
Hey,
you
no,
say
we'll
that
link.
story,
We'll link, Ness. I'm gonna link you. I
before you
just
say
got
that
jammed
story,
up.
one more thing about the healthcare, nigga. To all the people who pay for healthcare for your family, you fill that arm and a leg through your company. Do you know that insurance from the union covers them at damn near nothing out your check?
Oh yeah.
For like pennies on the dollar.
Hey, and the thing is,
Great
you got-
insurance.
You got the educational route that they can go. They send you back to school for all
Right,
type of
yep.
shit. But like, fam, my
Oh,
guy, real quick,
Yeah, go ahead.
he literally did some stupid. Everybody had that one day where you just do some shit you normally ain't gonna do out of character.
Yep.
This motherfucker steals a projector from work.
Oh, fuck.
Cause everybody else just stole one and took one and they bragging about, I'll be watching the games, nigga, it's big in real life.
And he did
So
it.
he was just like, well shit, nigga, I want to take one. Of course, nigga, when it ain't in your heart like that, what happens to you?
You get caught.
You get caught. So when he's telling me the story, I know the job he got. I'm almost tearing up for my guy. He got 3 kids. So I'm like,
You're
what?
losing that because it goes deeper
I'm
than
looking.
just losing
I'm
your
looking
check.
at him. I'm like, damn, fam,
You're
that
losing your
sucks, man. Like, and I
insurance.
know he's not that type of dude.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I just pound him up, like, bro, you gonna get through this, man. Man, I'm sorry, you gotta go. Damn,
You can't
bro.
steal from a
I don't
union
got no
job.
word from him.
Yeah.
The nigga looks at me. He's about to spark a blunt. He's like, oh, I'm not tripping.
I'm in the
I was like,
union.
wait, so, well, this is before I got in and got registered.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
in
was
the
like,
union,
nigga, so you not you said they fired you. He's like, oh, yeah, from that site.
Yeah, nigga.
So I just won't ever work at that site again. He was like, nigga, how many casinos is here?
Yeah, nigga, I'm in the
He was like,
union,
nigga, I'm
nigga.
straight. Like, so I was like, so tomorrow you going to work? He's like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm working at
because
this
the union
casino now.
isn't gonna tell that casino why you left over there. They just gonna get you your job so they can get that break because they get a percentage of your check, nigga. Not of your check.
No,
they get percentage of you working
of your check,
there.
in a way.
Yeah, yeah. But,
you can argue
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But let me say this though, because you said about this is the conflicting thing about unions. What you're speaking about is the history of it.
Mm-hmm.
Unions in America were created to shut black workers out, and the reason why is because after slavery, black men and women had all the skill sets,
all the skills,
all the welding, all the
Blacksmiths.
carpentry, all the farming, all that. So when we talk about this on this
Tailors,
podcast all the time.
undertakers.
When America said, "Give us your hungry, give us your famished, give us your weak, you're tired," all that bullshit, they were talking about the white Europeans around the world that were catching hell in classism. So when they allowed these governments, like, hey man, give it to us. That's why most white people in America can go to New York City, go to Ellis Island, and go to that book and find out exactly when your ancestry came to America. That's
I know
why
you've done it. Did you find anything about yours?
For what? We black.
Just
Like,
to see.
well, the thing is like I really don't care to know about when the white side of my family made it to America, or the owners of my family made it to America.
wanna
and
know-
and Ellis Island doesn't document the black natives that was here.
I
It
want
only
to.
has the European influx
I
coming
need to
over.
know what my original last name was.
See, now the thing is, bro, like if I was half black and half white, where like nigga, like where I was raised by a mother like your mom, like nigga, that there's pride there.
I have my lineage on my mom's
I
side.
know. I'm just saying, like in your
I've told you
scenario-
who my fucking
No, I
great
know that.
great
I
grandfather
know, but I'm just
is.
saying,
Nigga.
fam, in your scenario, most biracial kids do on one side. It's just on their black side that's usually going to be fucked up a little bit. Because the average American don't realize that the average black person in America only can go back 2-3 generations in their family. So you got to think about it. You got to think about how dangerous that is for black people. I heard some older black women say that they used to pray that none of their kids went off to college and married one of their cousins. Because how would you fucking know? They got us running around here and niggas split all up. Like, that's crazy. When you read about the fact that one slave dude tried to start a revolt, he got caught and they whipped his ass, but to really hurt him, because he had a wife and kids, they sent him to Canada. Or they sold him to Europe. Nigga, your sons live here.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me that in a black family, we got cousins and shit in Canada, we got cousins in Jamaica and Cuba and Puerto Rico that we don't even know, fam. And they're literally our cousins.
Yep.
Not like some scientific phrase, distant cousins. Like, no, that's
we
my
share a
mom's sister's
bloodline
son,
somewhere,
nigga.
right?
And they just got shipped over there because, nigga, they wanted to separate them.
Mhm.
It's atonement. That's why what we going to speak about, too, when we get into President Obama's, Obama, shout out to Obama, President Biden's address to Congress. Because, I mean,
I missed that.
we've never had a president get on the national platform and say, hey, white supremacy is terrorism. Now, all black people have known that because we've been I gotten the brute of that.
Mm.
But white supremacy is terrorism by definition. Like, the reason why is because, nigga, there's never been a need for a group of white people to gather around and fight for their liberation and rights here in America. Even during the Revolutionary War, they had Native Americans and black Native Americans and so-called Mexicans fighting on their side. Mm-hmm. Because, nigga, this our turf. We on this continent. Who's them niggas from across the water coming over here starting shit? We like y'all. We cool with y'all white people, man. We let y'all settle here. Y'all got to do what to a queen? Man, y'all good over here. Mm-hmm. The only thing is the white people that was here and that was accepted to come here had a savagery about them because they came from a country that was, nigga, kill or be killed. Yeah. So they looked at it as like, oh, we can conquer this. This could be ours. Versus they welcomed us here, nigga. We don't got to go back. And I mean, you know, not to get too deep on that. It's just wild. Like, you made me think about that when you said it. Like, I was like, oh, you know, that's crazy. That union shit. I remember when I learned that, I was young, and I remember, fuck a union. Hell no. No, because if we're gonna do this right, and everybody's included, black people need to be in the union too. Yep. Now the numbers are horrible. Yep. It's not a lot of us, fam. And that's why, like, most of the black dudes in there, if they get in there and once they get in and they can get you in, they'll tell you and be like, yo, man, go down there and get in here. Because all the other races, they hold it. You be seeing motherfucking 3 generations of a family working in that motherfucker. Like that. Like, oh, I got this girl pregnant, so now she in the union with us. Yeah. Because, nigga, why would I have you flipping burgers or waiting on tables for pennies, nigga? We're all underpaid as American workers, but some motherfuckers is over underpaid, if that makes sense. Right. Like, if niggas is out here without barely a high school education, and they can command $58, $68 an hour, that's over underpaid. Why in the fuck is your college graduate ass being a manager at Best Buy for $18.50 and walking around like you got some authority, nigga, and you successful? It's crazy, fam, when you really think about it. Yeah. It's crazy. And that's why corporations and politicians hate unions. Mm-hmm. Rich motherfuckers hate unions. That's why Jeff Bezos, nigga, fuck that union shit. He was like, I'll pay y'all $15. Y'all don't need no union. He tried to meet him in the middle. But then they start realizing, well, nah, motherfuckers that work down the street, nigga, at the other warehouse.
UPS, nigga.
Yeah, nigga, they unionize and they making this much. They can't make under this. Or if they get called out to work and they work a certain amount of time, they get a certain amount of bonus on that. Mm-hmm. Then Jeff Bezos ain't trying to do that. He works niggas to death at Amazon.
Literally, nigga.
I worked at Amazon early before they was really cracking. I wish I still worked there. But the reason why I got up out of there is I was like, bro, I'm not running in fucking boots. I had some Timbs on. I'm not running in Timbs, nigga. 50 yards, nigga, to put this box in that go out cart. Like, miss me with that. Especially, nigga, at the time, like, bro, y'all can make conveyor belts that's faster than the normal ones. Right. If y'all want to do that shit. You don't have me running down there. And I was young and in shape and still didn't want to do that shit. Nigga, I worked like 4 or 5 paychecks, did the young man thing. Nigga, I'm out.
Yeah. I'm out. Got that 5th paycheck.
Fam, you know where that shit was at, right?
Yeah.
It was in like
Parkway.
In like Fernley. Well, no, this is before they got
Fernley.
Yeah. Yep.
It's always been right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Before USA Parkway got big.
That's what threw me off for a minute. You're right.
But they're instead out.
So, well, see, that's crazy. But, like, nigga, I was driving out there to go to work every day. And had to go back, nigga, at night. Or, like, it was some wild shit. I remember, like, what fucked me up is, like, they had a shuttle So if you didn't want to drive, need to drive yourself, nigga, you could just wake up, nigga, at a certain time, park at the shuttle.
Yeah.
So I remember the day I quit, nigga. The day I couldn't do it no more.
Damn, stuck up there, huh?
But I got some. Another little bitch quit too.
Oh, parking lot.
Yeah, man. Nah, nigga, she lived there. She lived out there and they got a house. Wouldn't had to beat them things down for a minute, nigga, to rebel. Never seen her again, nigga. Just like I like it. I'm out.
She has fired up.
Fire. Wouldn't mind running it back once or twice. It'd be like that too, nigga. Bro, you know we wasn't cell phone heavy back in the day. You know, niggas is like, we was, but wasn't.
I was always at a cell phone. Bro.
Yeah, I always had a cell phone. Like, I had a cell phone early when there was only like a couple of my friends. When I still had to call bitches' parents, nigga, on the weekends and use their phone because they had a weekend phone. I remember my mom got me my first phone, bro. Like, she was just, fam, I don't know what made her think I was ready for that. But she was just like, oh, I'm going to get him a phone. She got me a phone early.
I got my phone because my mom was sick of people calling her phone.
See, I was right before that era. So, like, my mom got me the phone, and I remember, like, they didn't even have, like, a juvenile type package.
Nigga,
it was straight up 10 cents a fucking minute. I don't give a fuck when you call. I don't give a fuck. If it's long distance, we going to hit your ass for about 56 cents. All my friends is long distance, fam.
I had a beeper at 8, nigga.
Right. Nobody beeping you.
Oh, no. I had hella little bitches beeping me.
Well, that's what's up.
I didn't even go cap. No, no kids, you guys, my mom, my dad, my brother. My mom, because my mom would look at me and be like, you're fucking 8 years old. Who is?
Right.
Because you gotta think about all little bitches talking to a dude who got a beat. They love, like, they talking to. I had a few, because it was a skating rink days. Nigga, I had a few.
Hey, that's crazy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a beeper for about 6 months.
My brother was the reason I had the.
And I had the two-way.
My mom actually.
For a minute.
My mom got it from her job, right?
And after that, I ain't fuck with it. You know, you can still get a beeper right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
They dump cheap. They like a couple dollars, nigga, a month.
I just couldn't believe.
I should get one, nigga. We should get one just to have one.
I just remember.
Nostalgia.
I just remember how stunting.
Just to wear it, nigga. You remember wearing a beeper?
I just remember how.
Shout out to all the niggas that had beepers that didn't work.
Nah, because I stunted on somebody at the skating rink, so I had the little female. You know what I'm saying? She was gonna beat me before she showed up to the rink, right?
Hold on, you can talk, my nigga. That was years ago.
What?
The way you talking like you about to get caught up, nigga. Like, man, this little female, like, nigga.
No, I had a little.
I was like, days,
yeah.
Nigga.
So I had
get your shit off, nigga.
So, nigga, I'm at the rink, right, and they see the beeper on me, like. They looking at like, oh, that ain't even in service. You stole that.
Nigga, yeah.
That shit said right 3 seconds later. Beep, 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 beep. Huh? They what? They was like, oh, so nigga, I was always the man, nigga. I'm the only 8-year-old kid in there with a beeper.
Nigga.
Cause remember, I come from a family of 2 parents who came from nothing. So, nigga, I was gonna have.
And I'm not gonna lie. I can't speak for family from like Cali and shit. Cali be a little more stuntastic too, but I know Detroit, I know New York City, like it breeds a certain style. There's certain things, nigga, that my pops and shit was gonna make sure I had. I was gonna have a Pico.
Right.
Come wintertime, I'm getting a fresh pair of
Tim's.
Come summertime, hold on.
Uptowns.
Fam. Fuck you niggas and your little PPE scams and your fucking extra 15 G's because you got kids. Fam, do you know I went to 4 stores today to try to cop some Coke White Uptowns, nigga.
Good luck.
They don't have them nowhere. So I told Shorty at the Nike store, I was like, oh, so I'll just go online and get them. She was like,
nope.
Nah. They got them all. She said, you got to go to a third-hand store that just happens to have some out.
Yeah.
Good luck, nigga. I was like, for real?
All white Uptowns.
She's like, nigga, there's none in all these outlets, and nobody has them. I was like, man, you cornballs. And this is what it is. This is what I be getting mad at culture vultures. Niggas that used to make fun of me or have sly remarks for having $100+ sneakers on when I was a kid. Now are the type of motherfuckers that want to go wear $100+ sneakers. So like niggas that thought that they used to say I had banana boat Nikes on.
Yeah.
Because they had on some Jordans and I had on some Coke Whites. Now everybody gotta have some Coke Whites.
Uptowns.
So they got some Uptowns on.
And I was one of them niggas who I didn't really never like Uptowns, nigga.
Nigga, I've never not liked
them.
I've loved them.
They're too heavy. I've always thought I rock Timbs. They're not, because Timbs are supposed to be a heavy. It's a boot. When I'm putting on, I'll be like, ooh, these Uptowns just be clunky, nigga.
They definitely clunky, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? That's my own.
I played my homecoming senior night in a pair of Uptowns.
That's my only thing.
High top, mid tops, with the strap.
Nah, but the high top and mid tops are lighter. For some reason, they're not as heavy.
They feel lighter because they're like the way they go up. I know what you're saying. The way they go up your heel, your ankle a little bit. The lows, cause nigga, I ain't gonna lie. I tried to hoop one time in some low forces, just in the wreck, nigga, and was just hooping. And I remember thinking like,
fire, nigga.
The niggas that did this, they wild. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why them niggas' careers was short too.
Or niggas who hooped in chucks.
Fam, my high school coach told me he averaged 35 a game in low top, navy blue Chuck Taylors, nigga.
Because when you run, the way that them Chucks slap the floor.
Oh, we was in Cali, and it's Cali, nigga, so they still rock Chucks like that. So we was playing this team from LA, and the nigga like walked by and was chopping it up with us and shit. And then they got on some Chuck Taylor. He was like, boy, you know the damage I used to do in those? And me and that nigga started laughing. I was like, wait, you used to hoop in those? He was like, oh, my senior year, I went for about 35 a game in those. I was like, them right there, nigga. He was like, low top.
That would hurt.
He said, Akeem, navy blue with the white shoestring. I was like, nigga, like the regular Chucks, nigga. Like, but he said in his day, like, the blue ones had just came out, and they was like, ooh, nigga, they got the dark blue, navy blue ones. I was like, you niggas was lame as fuck.
The way that Chucks slap the pavement,
fam,
or the ground.
One thing I will say,
God,
and they might have a patent on it. That's why. One thing I will say about some Chucks, because I've only had one pair of Chucks in my whole life. I was born an East Coast kid. Even when I moved out west, my mom was like, nigga, I'm gonna get you these Air Forces, nigga. Like, I'm not getting you. You know what I'm saying? So I've only had one pair of Chucks, nigga, and a girl bought them for me.
Do you know what niggas used to do that niggas don't do no more?
Them Chucks had grip though. That's what I was about to say.
Do you know
them Chucks, niggas, nigga, but you fucking your ankle up in those, nigga. You got
you fucking the bottom of your
blisters
feet,
and shit,
bro. Your feet gonna be on fire, tingling and shit every time they hit that.
Bro, my Cali niggas, I know all the niggas I know from Cali that really be wearing Chucks. I've seen niggas, and
could you imagine trying to dunk on a nigga in some Chucks?
NorCal niggas too, cause their Chucks is Vans, nigga, low top Vans. Like, I seen a young nigga dunk on a nigga in some Vans.
Low top Vans are way more comfortable than Chucks.
That's a fact.
Leaps and bounds.
Any Chuck Taylor, that's a fact,
and
bro.
Bounds.
That is a
more
fact,
comfortable
nigga.
than Chucks.
That's
nigga.
a fact, nigga. I don't even say. Chucks ain't even comfortable to kick it in, really. I don't see how niggas be doing. I'm like, nigga, them shits ain't comfortable.
And do you remember we used to put the extra sock in them?
I know Snoop got bad feet.
I don't understand how we used to put the extra sock in them, bro.
I know Snoop got bad feet, though. All that sea walking in them Chucks, nigga. All that just walking around and dancing around and kicking it in them Chucks.
That nigga's feet are just straight, nigga.
Yeah,
I
bro,
guarantee
that nigga
his
shit gotta be flat as hell. He has no arc, nigga. Them Chucks will drop your arc, nigga. Like, you ain't gonna have no arc fucking with them. That shit crazy.
Hey, do you know what we did back in our day that kids don't do or people don't do no more these days, bro?
With the socks?
Borrowing clothes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if young niggas borrow clothes.
Nah.
It don't seem like it.
We used to have no problem with that.
But you know what it is, too, though?
Hey, nigga, I ain't got nothing to wear to the club tonight. Hey, nigga,
you know what it is, too,
out
though?
the closet, nigga.
Yeah, but fashion has kind of got more simplistic, like.
And it's got more tailor-made. It's got more fitted.
It's more fitted. That's true. Because we always wearing extra baggy shit, so it didn't matter. And these kids today, like, they all dress the same. Like, you don't get cool points for dressing different like we did. Like, being the one nigga to wear the color that nobody else wore, or I got it in these colors, or I'm going to put this on.
Well, think about us, like East Coast Midwesters and our pink. We killed them out here in the West Coast because what they realized, that's a female color. Bitches love us in pink, nigga.
Oh, nigga.
They would because
Keem stayed in some salmon.
It stood out.
You know what I'm saying?
Pink polo.
Nigga, I stayed in some salmon.
Pink. Okay, tell me this wasn't the fit. Pink polo, light blue baggy jeans, and some all white shell toes, nigga.
Nigga, you killing them.
You're in
our forces. You killing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's what I noticed too. Niggas don't be wearing collared shirts and shit like that no more. Like, if you really think about it. Do you know why?
Because collared shirts are hella uncomfortable now.
That's what I'm saying. Everything is, and I get that. I'm blaming Kanye for this. Kanye West, when he got hurt, he hurt his Achilles. I remember this shit. I remember him doing an interview where he was saying that, like, yeah, his new swag is comfort. And he started making, like, he started popping, getting the dad's hat back popping. Mm-hmm. He started doing, like, he started wearing like the dad jeans, and the
Lazy
dad
clothes.
sweater, lazy clothes, shit that like, even the like joggers and shit like that, like everything he started doing.
I'm so happy they brought. Hold on, I ain't gonna cap. I'm so happy they brought joggers back.
Me too.
Because I was so mad. Because tell me, velour suits wouldn't have been a lot better back
As
in
joggers.
the '90s with jogger pants.
All them Sean John joints, nigga.
Because how many times were we fucking up our pants because they never
Nigga,
fit?
I would still have at least one pair of Sean John velour joggers right now, nigga.
Because
you couldn't say shit.
we fuck up the bottom of those no unless you had Tim's on. Uptowns you couldn't keep them off the ground. Uptowns, not Chucks. Uptowns,
Because the little rigid part is still gonna drop.
Yes,
you
bro.
right, fam. You right.
They dragging, bro.
They need to bring those back in joggers.
Or
Nigga, Pup need to do that.
Or they covered the whole shoe, nigga.
Yeah.
And they dragged on all sides,
Fam.
and you had like that much of the toe box sticking
You
out.
remember the work you used to have to do to put the sock in and like have your shit cuffed off to the point where you could see your sneaker? Like, nigga had niggas walking a different way, nigga.
Yeah.
All
niggas
that.
had to walk holding their shit.
All that, nigga. All that.
Watching the Fresh Prince remind me of all that. Wearing baggy clothes we used to wear and shit, nigga.
Fam. I didn't even. This is a t-shirt. Like.
Yeah, this was never
First
cool
off,
back then. Nigga.
I remember the first
this
time
was
I looked at my arm and was
undershirt,
just
nigga.
like, oh, nigga, that's. Because I used to look at grown-ass men when I was younger and be like, damn, nigga, he hella swole. Look how his arm is like filling out his shirt. Like, no, his clothes.
He just wore a shirt that fit.
Because I was wearing shit, nigga, where the short sleeve would be like
right here.
Like right here. This short sleeve, like right here, dog.
And that was
so now,
and it was
when
fitted.
a nigga put on a t-shirt, nigga, and it's like, I'll be like, oh, okay,
Niggas used
yeah.
to wear 2 headbands.
Fam, 2 dog, the shit.
Armbands.
The shit.
Wristband.
The shit niggas was wearing. We had like accessories, right, bro, and like a lot of shit on.
Niggas would wear the whole basketball fit.
Nigga, like you in the league. You're like you about to go, nigga. You got drafted, nigga. I remember all that shit.
You remember the nigga who showed up to the hoop court that dressed like that was always the worst. The nigga your fits too, though. It's too.
Oh, if you was in there too matchy.
Yeah, you were trash.
You can't come to the court like a mannequin, nigga. That mean you weak. Now, if you just got the cold shorts on, some hoop shoes to match, and a tee,
some compression shorts or something.
Oh, he a fly hooper.
Yeah.
But if you come in with the shorts, the shirt that match the shorts, the sneakers that go with the shorts and the shirt,
the Iverson armband,
fam, I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember, nigga, I went and finally found. This is before they sold them in Foot Locker. Nigga, I got an arm sleeve. Shout out to Rob K. Nigga, I really was just going through his shit. Nigga, I don't know what the fuck he had. I had him like, nigga, it might have been a leg sleeve. Nigga, I just put the shit on my arm and it was tight enough. And I came to open gym killing niggas. I just felt better because I'm looking more like AI, nigga. I'm killing it. I'm in my bag.
Everybody felt that way.
Shout out to Coach Scott. My nigga Coach Scott was like, hey, come here.
Take that shit the fuck off.
That nigga just ripped it off me, nigga. Like, man, take this shit off. He's like, how's your arm feel? I was talking shit. I was like, oh, I'm lit. I'm in here killing these niggas. I'm alright. Like, you know what I'm saying? My arm feel great. He's like, yeah, come here. Nigga just ripped that shit off like, man, take that shit off. That shit is stupid. Like, you know what I mean?
That's basically called you a cornball without calling you a cornball.
That's really what he was on. Like, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? But it's funny because I should reach out. I should try to get in touch with Cole. Because, like, the shit that I used to get in trouble for, fam, is lit now. Like, if I was coming up now, I might have been somebody special. Right. Because, fam, I'm not trying to compare myself. I want comparing myself to a Steph Curry or Dame Lillard. But, like, that definitely was more my mold. Mm-hmm. Like, but I played ball in the era where it was bring that ball down the court and give it to the big man.
Yeah.
And get out the way, nigga, and catch and shoot and make sure you shoot 90% from the free throw line, nigga, and you make all your open jumpers. But that was pretty much what you was expected to do. And only some coaches, nigga, was letting guys my size get off and, like, do what they do. You know what I'm saying? But, man, when I think about it, nigga might pull up from deep. And in my heart, I didn't have nobody telling me, oh, that's a good shot because you're not letting the defense set. Mm-hmm. I just felt like, nigga, I got the ball right now and I'm in rhythm right now and ain't nobody guarding me. I'm pulling up. I would hit that shit, nigga, and my coach come sit down, come here. And you know what he would tell me every time? Hey, just because you made that shot doesn't mean it's a good shot. And it would fuck me up because I'd be like, you're making me think. Now, in hindsight, I'm like, oh, you made this way more difficult than it had to be for me. All you should have been making sure I do is I was getting strong enough to make sure I make those shots consistently.
Right.
And you should have just developed a kid like that. But instead, right now, dog, Kevin Durant, if he was just my age, would be a different player. You know who he'd be? Tyson Chandler with a jump shot. Because remember how Tyson Chandler took hella long like to actually be respected in the league?
Yeah.
Because he came out of high school and he was hella skinny and he was just getting muscled around. Some of them niggas that was weak back in dog, think about what Tayshaun Prince could be if he played in this era where they wasn't holding his skill set back. Just because he was tall and lanky, they wouldn't let him do certain shit.
Right.
Tayshaun Prince could have run the ball up the court and ran the offense. He had that skill set. So did Rasheed Wallace. Mm-hmm. We seen it. But nigga, get the fuck down on the block. What are you doing? Rasheed, most of his beef with coaches and shit was like, he had to find a coach that was going to let him shoot 3 to 4 3-pointers a game. And that was a
Larry
lot.
Brown just let that nigga shoot that
his
bitch.
deal was like, nigga, if you're going to lock up and rebound for me like that, nigga, I'll let you shoot 2 or 3 of them. And then Sheed's making them. Mm-hmm. So that becomes a part of the offense now. Like, and Sheed never had a game where he just went 6 for 12. Nigga, I done seen Steph Curry go, nigga, like 4 for 19 from the 3-point line. Like, fuck. And I'll be looking at that.
Trouble for nothing.
Fam, I'll be looking at that and I laugh like, nigga, do you know? Fam, okay, I'm going to take it off me. That nigga, Juice should have been shooting 15 to 23-pointers a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could have been a part of it. Lil Martine and shit. I remember when Martine be running the ticket. Like, I've seen the coaching staff hold him back. I've seen this nigga come down in state and hit like 3 straight threes, nigga, like ready to blow the lid off this squad. And the coach and them stand up like, nigga, slow it down. Like, nigga, why?
Yeah, we're winning.
Martine is 5'6", 5'7". Slow it down for what?
Yeah, he going then.
Why?
Yeah.
So now he got to cross the nigga over and step back to hit a 3? Versus nigga just walking into open threes because this nigga can't believe that this little nigga's hitting from 5 feet from beyond the 3-point line.
Right.
Because in basketball, that's the thing that got Steph Curry fucked off with everybody. You're trained. That's what. Remember when Damian Lillard smacked that jumper for game in Paul George's face, and Paul George got mad and was like, man, that's a bad shot. He wasn't lying. Every coach that you've ever had leading up to the nigga probably 5 years ago would pull you out of the game for that shit, nigga, even if you made it. And it would be like, it would be looked at as heroic. Oh, he trying to be a hero. Why did you wait so long to shoot such a deep shot? That's considered bad clock management. Mm-hmm. Coaches bench niggas for that. Like, oh, we had 5 seconds left. He didn't get a good shot. If you miss that, and if you make it, it's up until 5 years ago, nobody believed it was your skill set. It was he got lucky and made a heave. Mm-hmm. You didn't even get credit for those type of shots, nigga. Like for hitting those kind of game winners. They felt like, oh, that was a lucky heave, you know. They would even say that on the highlights. Nowadays, they understand that no,
that nigga set him up, nigga.
For every inch that some kids don't have vertically, they have to make up for it in skill set. I've always said a lot of basketball players, I feel like including myself, and I've had other scouts tell me this. If I at a younger age would have took my talents to Europe, nigga, I probably would have came back a lottery pick because my skill set would have been. Not more refined, not even more developed, just more appreciated. Mm. They would have appreciated the fact that this is a cerebral kid that's skilled and has a feel for the game. I came up in an era where if you were my size and you didn't do a 360 windmill on the layup, nigga, like they really thought you're not that good. Mm-hmm. It don't matter what you putting up like in your skill and like no nigga like you see how nigga I'm out here throwing niggas open like a quarterback. That don't resonate. That didn't resonate. At this time. Nowadays, you see these young kids. I'm looking at these young All-Americans coming up. A lot of them motherfuckers is between 5'9" and 6'3" at the guard spot. Now, there's some giants amongst them as well, the phenoms and shit. But you're seeing Trae Young wouldn't be in the league if it wasn't for Steph Curry.
Right.
Because Damian Lillard wouldn't be in the league if it wasn't for Steph Curry because Damian Lillard was the protege. He was not the protege. He was the prototype. Steph Curry was the prototype. They seen Steph Curry at 6'3" and slender. Wasn't the greatest athlete, even though he'll dunk on your ass, nigga. Like, he was considered not the greatest athlete, just a shooter. And then they seen his game translate in ways that they never imagined it. So, nigga, a couple years later, when you see this kid in a similar situation, here's a kid from Weber State. He's leading the nation in scoring. He kind of plays like Steph Curry. He's poised. He's strong. Oh, but he's a little more athletic.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, nigga, now he a lottery pick. Y'all now guess what happened? Okay, there's another kid from, and I forgot what the name of the school is right now. Lehigh. I used to fuck with a shorty. I used to go to play volleyball there. Lehigh in Philly is a kid. Nigga, CJ McCullough, he was another prototype. He's a little taller than Damian Lillard, but was playing kind of the same at a small school, led the nation in scoring, and won a game against Duke in a tournament. Oh, yeah, let's get this nigga. Right? And then you get the Trae Youngs of the world.
Yep.
Guys that Trae Young probably would have been a 3-star instead of a 5-star coming up in the late 90s, nigga, early 2000s when I was coming up. Just because, nigga, they looking at you like, nah, you ain't going to be able to guard too many people, nigga. They don't even care about that shit now. The only players that used to, like, not get in trouble for or getting penalized for not being a great defender was the white players. Because if you were the white kid like J.J. Redick, you can still be a lottery pick when they know you can't guard nobody in the fucking draft or in the league because you can shoot good.
Because you shoot the fuck out.
And it was almost expected that, like, oh, he's not supposed to be able to guard them. It was almost racist kind of like that. Nigga, like, we hadn't had a white, good, on-the-ball defender, nigga, that had a reputation for locking shit down until Ginobili came in the league.
Yep.
And that's a Spaniard. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing.
And before him, it was Scrimp. Who was, what was he, Russian?
Some shit like that.
Ukrainian or something?
Something. He was something. You know what I'm saying? So, like.
Detlef Shrimp or whatever.
And that's the thing. And, like, you know, it's just.
Petrovic.
Yeah, it's the evolution of that shit.
Russian or whatever he was.
But think about niggas like, bro, like, nowadays, that's what I was saying about Jello. So you telling me right now, nigga, that Jello don't deserve a real shot at the league? I'm like,
I told you, I'm mad that my team cut this nigga.
Bro, yeah, because it's like, I think I just seen some shit where it was like, nigga, he about to sign with the Hornets and play with his brother. You know his brother. One thing I like about LaMelo, and like, I've never had I had one older brother that wasn't biological, but he was only around by the time till I got to a freshman year, and then he was gone, playing pro and traveling, doing his thing. But when I used to play pickup ball with him, no matter where, nigga, UNR, wherever, nigga, I was passing the ball to him. And it was just funny to see that. Like, I used to watch LaMelo and them play, and you could just see his big brothers when they call for the ball, nigga, he'll just kind of snap up and be like, oh, okay, my bad, like, here, nigga. Like, Lonzo would be like, nigga, give me the ball, nigga. Like, Jello, nigga, give me the ball, nigga. Like, he's getting the rock. I don't give a fuck who's on the team with you. Right. That's my big brother. I got to go home with him. Like, nigga, here. So I know, nigga, if Jello get his way on the Hornets, Melo's going to make sure he go off. Because he going to be coming down court looking for him. Like, nigga, get your shit off. Mm-hmm. And when you're that good of a shooter, shit, it takes just 1 or 2 games. 1 or 2 games. But, nigga, we all over the place. I'm not even worried about this shit. I'm going to just do some rundowns real quick on the shit that Joe Biden was talking about because you said you didn't get to see it. So for the joint session with Congress, what do you say? $3.3 trillion for the infrastructure bill. Republicans was looking all scrunched in the face, all tight. Fuck them. The George Floyd policing bill. Again, Republicans, when they pan across the sky, you know, across the room, they looking all scrunched up. Like,
yeah, fuck 'em.
Ain't nothing wrong with the police. Whatever. Fuck them. $2 trillion family plan. This is something I want to talk to you about because it's something that you can benefit from having children. There's going to be eventually a stipend that goes out if it goes through, and they're saying they're going to push that through to like 2025. Where and what it would do is allegedly eradicate child poverty by 50%, just cut it in half. How he's going to get that money is he's going after all the million and billionaires that made literally the tallies of like $7 trillion while everybody else was forced to stay at home and not be able to work. Starve. And get their shit held up when they were trying to get a little $1,200, a little $450 a week from the government for the unemployment. You know what I'm saying? They was holding us up, jamming us up while making all this money and profits. Not to mention all the congressmen and women that made money on the stock market because they knew that a big halt was coming.
Pelosi's bitch ass.
All of them motherfuckers. Nigga, Trump, they say Pelosi. They say Democrat and Republican. Like they all did the same shit. Like so, that's just elitism right there. So that's one of the newer things that he announced is the $2 trillion family plan. It supposedly goes after
Good. They need
it
to
makes
go
it
after them
child
bum
care.
ass motherfuckers.
You're gonna respect this, even though it's like, damn nigga, I wish they had that when you was going through it. But child care, I think it's 6 to 7% of your income. It can't exceed more. You know what I'm saying? Like all this nigga, it costs nigga a fucking Benz payment, nigga, to watch your kid for a couple of hours a day, like a week, nigga, like
$150
right,
a week.
like nigga, relax. You're
Right.
not, you know what I'm saying? And you're not even obligated to educate him. You're just watching him, letting him play, nigga. Like, fuck out of here. And then it was $6 trillion in total spending is what he's asking for or demanding. Now this is the kicker. What's his name? Fuck. Anyways, the Democratic House Speaker. Y'all look him up yourself. I can't think of his name right now. We high. He said basically he just let it be known. He's Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer is on some gangster shit.
Right.
Chuck Schumer is doing what Mitch McConnell and them niggas was doing all this time, and John
for
Boehner.
our side, nigga.
Yeah, so but it's funny because he's really not as good at it as them. So like he's not good at the part of like acting like you don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they were talking shit like, oh man, he keeps saying he wants to work with us bipartisan, but we got bills and we got this and shit that we're proposing, and he's just ignoring us. Like he's not even listening to us. He doesn't even want to talk to us. Like Joe Biden hasn't done anything bipartisan yet, but he keeps saying that. Well, that's the way y'all was moving for 8 years, nigga. 16 years when Obama included and all that stuff. So what happens is they're unique. The Democrats are uniquely set up to push all these things through. They don't need the Republicans.
Nope.
What they're saying publicly is the exact opposite of what they're doing privately, just like the Republicans did. But this time they're doing it on behalf of the American people. People are going to benefit from this. What he was speaking to was, which was rare, he spoke to the Republicans, not the Republican leaders, Republican voters, Republican men and women. He explained to them how the Republican Party was holding up the $1,400, how the Republican Party cut out the part where they wanted to make it a residual payment until we got through this. Just give them $1,400 a month until we figure this out. That's all Republicans that shut it down. He talked about like the Republicans signed off on a $2.7 trillion tax cut for the rich in the middle of the night when none of us was here to vote against it. Like he just for the first time made it plain. Like I know you all fancy yourself Republicans, but we the one. Nigga, AOC is the one that raised all that money for them people in Texas.
Yeah.
Nigga, their elected official went to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? So like, the proof is in the pudding. You don't have to call yourself a Democrat.
No, just
You could be a conservative liberal.
Republicans don't give a fuck.
But
about
the Republican Party now stands for the
1%.
The gatekeepers to the wealthy, the 1% party, or the white supremacist party. Because those are the only things that they protect. They protect white supremacy. They protect wealthy people, the elite. And they're not for anything that helps blue-collar people, but they walk around acting like they're the blue-collar party. But all of them is in seersucker suits, nigga, and got multiple homes. And look, our politicians are wealthy. Let's just face it. Majority of the people that are politicians in this country are wealthy. It's not about that. It's about, like, you're wealthy, you're making money hand over fist. You don't have to get drug tested for your position. But then you put all these roadblocks for the American people. Like, I think it should be, nigga, against unconstitutional to get drug tested to work somewhere.
Right.
However, you should be held accountable. Like, there's certain jobs where, okay, if you're a pilot, you're a bus driver, nigga, you work the train or some shit like that. Yeah, you got to get drug tested.
Yeah.
I get that.
Right.
But so should you if you were in Congress. If you're on the House and Means Committee. You think Matt Gaetz can pass a fucking drug test, fam? Matt Gaetz couldn't get a job at Foot Locker, nigga, because he couldn't pass a drug test right now. And he's a fucking congressman that's being accused of sex trafficking minors. And everyone has basically told on him in documents on accident and on purpose. Saying the motherfucker's just a drug, a cokehead. He just likes to do coke. He be doing it in front of people, all that. He's sharing naked pictures of women and shit, young girls, nigga, during the middle of a vote, nigga, in Congress. Like, all this shit is getting caught up by the feds. And I'm like, bro, they were saying that this motherfucker was the future of the Republican Party 7, 8, 9 months ago. 7, 8, 9 months ago, this motherfucker was the future of the Republican Party. If it was my word versus Matt Gaetz, nigga, I'm out of here.
Right.
This is who they're enacting in leadership. These are the people. His friend, the position was, he got elected to be the tax collector. So some shit that niggas don't even know about. And if you get your license suspended and things like that and have to turn over your license, it goes to his office. Him and Matt Gaetz, to the tune of like a couple mil, was going in the middle of the night, taking a handful of those IDs, and using the information in the IDs to get PPE loans and unemployment. And you're wondering why niggas is jammed up and you got to call Tennessee and shit like that. But we're blaming it on the scammers, on the hood niggas and shit like that. But these is elected officials getting caught up doing this shit. They were just saying all day on MSNBC, like, how many elected officials and sworn in, like, men and women of the law are ultimately getting caught up in the insurrection shit. Like badge niggas with badges was there. Jesus. Doing that shit. So wiping shit on government walls, calling black people niggers and spics and threatening to rape female congresswomen. These are motherfuckers that were cops and truant officers, and like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We just got to stay diligent, man. I think I want to say this, though. Like, I think Joe Biden, I'm not, like we said, we already spoke on how we felt about Biden coming in. We said that we was going to be on his ass, pause, watching him.
He doing all right so far.
Hey, man, what I heard someone from his camp say that made sense, and you'll like this. He said, he told us our first objective this first round, we're going to undersell and overproduce. So if I told you motherfuckers that, oh yeah, I want to get 100 million people vaccinated in the first 100 days, y'all thought that was a lofty goal. But I already knew we was going to get 200 million. Mm-hmm. So if I tell you this, nigga, this is what I'm really on. That's why those Republicans, all this shit, everything ain't a lie. That's what some of the Republican motherfuckers like, no, man, like, we're cool with an infrastructure bill that's just working on the infrastructure, but he knows how they work and operate. So since we got all the power, this is an infrastructure bill, but we pushing in, nigga, civil rights for black people here. We pushing in. What does policing have to do with the infrastructure? Like, it don't, not nothing.
Nothing.
But you motherfuckers have had a non-discriminatory. We've been trying to get you to make it illegal for the cops to kill and murder and beat up and just wrongfully arrest black people just because they seen them for fucking 100 years. The bill is still in Congress, and just a couple months ago, Ted Cruz, nigga, was the last vote to vote it no. What do you mean you don't want to make it illegal for cops to kill black people when cops are only out here killing black people? How are we supposed to take that, fam? Mm-hmm. And now you mad because Joe Biden is slipping some shit in here and there on some other bills? And calling him dishonest, I don't give a fuck, nigga.
None of that. Keep tucking that shit right in,
Joe.
Matter of fact, tuck that stipend in there for us one time.
Because I feel like another one coming.
I feel like that stipend's coming.
Once he said that, I was like, ooh, that mean they probably got another check for us.
I feel like we're gonna get that stipend, nigga. They're gonna be like,
because you know what? I'll tell you this: if these Republicans don't get their shit together, and let me say this first, Tim Scott, the lone black member of the GOP. Hey, brother.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Hold on.
Well, fuck you.
Hit it to him. Give him a couple. Nigga.
Well, fuck you.
Well,
fuck you.
Fam. Of course. Like, I could have bet $1 billion, fam, if I had it. Oh, Tim Scott, the only lasting black person that don't have a spine and didn't walk away from the GOP because they're blatantly racist against black people.
Right.
I guarantee you he's going to be the one that they have do the response. Because, the other party gets to do the response.
Yeah.
Dog, he came. The response was a non-response. The response was the same story that every black conservative elected official is forced to tell to the white major audience so that they accept them. Hey, man, we had it real rough and we pulled ourselves up by the bootstraps, and only in this country, could I do that, man. Like when you all made my family slaves, we worked hard and we stayed obedient, and my family went from the cotton, he said, the cotton field to Congress.
Is this what this nigga really said?
In one lifetime.
I'm done.
There is no systemic racism in America. What we need to understand is we can't trade one bias for another bias. Fam, only white supremacists
talk like
even say that black people are racist towards white people. Like a sensible white person that's not political, that don't think about social issues a lot, would be like, I'm not really going to argue with black people in America about racism. Like, you might get some bigoted black people that call white people names, but they don't have the power to systematically discriminate on white people.
Not at all.
Like, you see, calling the cops can get your ass shot as a black person in this motherfucking country. And I'm not even talking about the shorty that we just lost, may she rest in peace, that had the knife in her hand. I'm talking about all the other motherfuckers that got shot with no knife in their hand. It was like, yo, I'm the one that called y'all. And then they got shot because you're just so used to criminalizing black people. And when it's time for us, they on go time. Like the rappers say. They on demon time with us. Mm-hmm. So this is just what Tim Scott says. He goes up there looking like a complete buffoon. The internet killing him, right?
Whooping his egg out of
killing him, fam.
Bro.
But he's always been there. Because one of the things that he starts attacking Obama administration, he attacks the Biden administration, even though they only been in office for 100 and something days. Mm-hmm. They're saying he's blaming them for the border crisis, on the southern border and the immigration issue. He's blaming them, saying that he said it was Trump. Trump's the reason why we got the motherfucking COVID under control now because of Trump's vaccines. All shit that a reading person, a person that can listen, and a person that understands the language knows is patently false. Like, bro, you're just up here lying for all these racist fucking white men. How much are they paying you, bro? And they're laughing at you while you're doing that. But you go up there and you spew all these fucking lies.
We're going to get this nigger to say whatever the fuck we want. Fuck this
You
nigger.
spew all the fucking lies you want. But I think, and I want to add to this, is like, and I'll give it to you, fam. If the Republicans think that that's going to work in 2021, and they think that Tim Scott can sway young black people to vote Republican, or even white people for that matter, they're out of here in 4 years, fam. Maybe, possibly 2. When this midterm shit come up, and you normally lose some power as the party that has power over every entity, I think for the first time,
they're going to lose. The Republicans.
I don't think the Republicans are going to get the Senate back. I think they're going to lose more people in the Senate, and they're going to lose more people in the House. Mm-hmm. And this is really going to be, for the first time, a country that's represented by its ideals. America has been a liberal nation for fucking 20, 30 years. 30 fucking years, this has been a country that's okay with gay people getting married. It just took the legal people, the politicians, a while to catch up. Right. White people, majority. Look, I will even say this, and it might be a stretch. White people, y'all got to do y'all thing and make me not look like a sucker. But I'm gonna go on a limb for y'all. Majority of white people is tired of black people having to go through this shit with race and police brutality. Even if it's just because they don't want to hear about it no more.
Yeah, it is.
That's okay.
Right.
Even if it's just because humanly, fuck. I'm tired of this shit. Lead up, Pat, like we said about Pat. That old racist motherfucker woke up and was like, God damn it. Like, enough is enough. Like, I don't like the motherfuckers either, but you don't got to keep killing them like that.
Why I got to keep waking up to this?
Like, damn, you depressing me.
Right.
So, our country, oddly enough,
do you know what it is about
is in
Pat?
a weird time,
I think it is about Pat, though? Pat is old enough now that I think in generations of his family, there's black in his family. It's
deeper than that. Mitt Romney. When Mitt Romney came out and blasted the GOP, he was like, man, look, I'm sorry.
We're racist as fuck.
We got to stop being racist. We got to stop being hypocrites. We got to stop being the party that says oh, we're conservative, and let's talk about the fiscal responsibilities of the country and the government spending and the budget. He said, and then as soon as we get in office, we go start a war or give crazy tax cuts to the elite of the elite. That leaves the rest of the country paying for everything. All the poor people is paying for everything with their taxes, and everybody's squeezed. But y'all winning. Now he didn't go deep into detail like that, but what he was saying is like, yo, we gotta stop being that party that talks about fiscal responsibility, and we always run up the deficit, and then as soon as the Democrats get in office, like we don't have enough money for healthcare now. We don't have enough. Now you're trying to take Granny's Social Security, you dick. Mm-hmm. She didn't ask you to take it out of her check. All them 30 fucking years she worked at the school district or wherever the fuck she worked. My mother didn't ask you to take her Social Security out of her check and her income when she was raising us and making the greatest money of her life in the prime of her career. And now that she's retired, you got a billionaire's kid. You got a nigga that got $599 million from his daddy and fucked it off in 10 years. You got him saying, oh, we should just use it with Social Security money. Nah, you motherfuckers that made over $300 million in the last year, y'all paying for this infrastructure bill. Y'all paying for it. How about that? Because guess what? Like an economics professor broke it down to me, because I used to be ignorant and be like, man, fuck that, because I want to be rich. And that's where a lot of poor people go wrong. We want to be rich one day. Mm-hmm. So we're like, man, when I'm rich, I don't want to have to pay extra money in taxes for some lazy niggas. That's not how this shit works. First off, we pay more in them in taxes, nigga. Yeah. We've already discovered that, so I don't need to go back into that. But he said, Akeem, you're going to own a company. Let's say you own a brand, right? I'm the new Supreme, nigga. This shit just Akeem, nigga, right? Mm-hmm. But I got to get my shit here. So I'm using pilots, right, in the pilots union. I'm using the motherfuckers on the docks in the dockers union, right? I want to build a new establishment.
Carpenters union. Electricians union.
Hey, all the equipment that I need is either coming through air, water, or on what? One of these roads. Mm-hmm. What the fuck you mean you don't owe nothing to the infrastructure bill?
Right.
You the motherfuckers got all these big ass trucks on the highway fucking up the gravel. Normal people with jobs and shit might get a U-Haul or two. You niggas the ones with these 18-wheelers bringing in all this shit because y'all building a new Amazon premium, and building a new nigga Google this and nah, man. The fuck you mean you don't owe? You didn't build that shit by yourself. And I had to learn that too. Like, fam, them motherfuckers you paying barely nigga above minimum wage. How would you get the money to all these people? See, that's why the drug game is more honest. Because nigga, if you working for the drug dealer and y'all making way and the money keep going up, what happens to your cut? Your cut keep going up.
Right.
What they say, feed the wolves so you don't end up on the menu. Mm-hmm. Even the coldest killingest most drug dealers niggas know that. So as I'm making more money in my empire, I'm up 100 mil. Oh, my team, they all millionaires.
Right.
But in corporate America, it's like, oh, I'm up 500 million in 2 years. Oh, everybody that did that for me, nigga, I'm giving them a 25-cent bonus, nigga. So now they making nigga $13.95. Like, the fuck you mean? And you get to walk around like I employ people, and the government incentivizes you because you employ people. Oh, these jobs, nigga, because of the degree of difficulty and the expertise and the license that you have to have, you can't really pay nobody under 100K or under 80K for these jobs. It's cool. I'll outsource them. Yep. What's it looking like in Canada? What's it looking like in Mexico? What's it looking like in wherever? Because they don't want to pay an American woman with a degree that knows, nigga, oh, I need this much money. Mm-hmm. And I'm pregnant, so I'm going to need a few months. Right? They don't want that shit. I'm like, fam, when people be talking that socialism shit, I'm like, bro, you drop your kids off at a free school and they teach them the basics, nigga, like, you fucking socialist, go get your baby. Go get your fucking baby. I hate poor Americans.
Fucking socialist.
I hate poor Americans sometimes. Because I'll be arguing with a poor white person, nigga, about, like, oh, you're a liberal, oh, you're socialist.
Go
like,
teach your own kids, socialist.
I'm like, fam, do you know that every time a person that thinks like I think gets in power, your life gets better? And the shit that you're holding on to is everything that they gave you, nigga. And then you just loyal to this white supremacist regime, nigga, that are for the elite. They don't give a fuck about you. I'm like, no, the average Trump supporter, Donald Trump wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire in front of him. He's not the guy that you want to have a beer with like that. He ain't got that personality in real life. That was all a gimmick. Y'all ain't seen that nigga yet. Trump ain't out talking to y'all and doing meet and greets and events and town hall meetings to see what the people want to do. And no, he's just keeping y'all disengaged because y'all his ultimate nigga scam. So if he does if he is legally able to run in another 4 years, he'll keep y'all on the back burner because you dumb motherfuckers are gonna go vote for him. Yeah. And then he's gonna use y'all to get taxpayers. They get cut taxes for the wealthiest Americans again, not including y'all. Y'all still didn't get y'all racist ass wall. Y'all now they just blaming Biden for it. Oh yes, Biden and Kamala, they got the shit all fucked up. Well, what happened to that big ass super wall, nigga, that was supposed to keep all these illegal aliens out, allegedly?
Right.
I don't like saying that word. All these so-called illegal humans out.
Illegal aliens. Where did that come from? Like, they just ain't from this planet as an alien.
Fam, I don't know. That's why I'm like, man, you got to be careful to not get caught up in the shit around you. You feel me? I never will refer to a human as an alien.
Yeah.
So that's why I be trying to catch myself when I say that shit.
A foreigner, nigga.
Like, and
that's
we
what
all think it could be that.
A foreigner. You're a foreigner, nigga.
Good.
You ain't no alien. You are a foreign human being. You come from a foreign land than me, nigga. Not a foreign planet. You come from a foreign land, nigga.
And it's just a way to, like, denigrate, like, the people.
It is.
The last wave of people that you come over. Even though if you do the history, we know who the last major group of immigrants was to touch this soil.
White people.
And so, I mean, shit, their history is so brief here, nigga. You can go read about it. They still got paper documents of it, nigga, in Ellis Island.
Right.
They ain't run out of paper.
What we got?
I got at Tim Scott. He's a sellout.
Bitch ass nigga.
Your boy Justin Bieber's a cornball.
Did you ever go look at that ESPN analyst I told you to look at? The fat white dude, the fat black dude, the Uncle Tom ass nigga.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking about. Older, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he ain't on there no
shit
more.
about LeBron.
He ain't on there no more. They got him up out of there.
I'm so glad.
He got his own
I hope
little shit now.
Somebody shoot that nigga, bro, in his face.
He's still doing his own thing. He got his own shit now, though. He's just trying to get his own, like...
Oh, Justin Bieber. You did say.
So they said Justin Bieber, man, went and got some dreads. I'm still waiting on Justin Bieber to, like, really apologize for harmonizing.
It ain't gonna happen because ain't nobody holding this nigga accountable. We're still being inclusive with this nigga, bro.
All right, well, I got one other thing to get off with this nigga. Hey, Justin. What happened to Lil Twist, my nigga? Like,
oh yeah,
you just gonna shit on this nigga like that? But like, and it came out that the nigga be lying. Like a lot of the shit that like Justin Bieber was getting in trouble for around Los Angeles and Hollywood, they basically had a little twist around them
to
make it seem like he had black friends,
right?
And like Lil Twist ended up taking a fall for a lot of the shit, and they would be like, oh well, Justin's album's about to come out. It's too much money on the line. And they always strung him along like his album was coming out. And then he finally, I think, did drop some work. But I'm like, you telling me Justin Bieber didn't owe him a hook? Because all it took is one hook from Justin, nigga, and he'd have been out of there.
Yeah.
He'd have been able to feed his family for the rest of his life. Where's Lil Twist? Justin Bieber can't do no more urban hip-hop music, nigga, and be around us no more. Since you ain't going to apologize for singing, calling us niggers, with a whole bunch of white people in the room laughing. That's another thing. I can see if at least one of your friends was black, and then I'm like, oh, they was just bugging out, right? But no, it was just all your white friends.
No, because then
Lil Twist was nowhere to be found.
No, because then if there was a black dude in the room, I'm gonna punch the black dude in the mouth. Because if we had a white friend that was singing some nigga, nigga.
I'm realistic, and I'll say this: especially niggas that get it out the mud together. If y'all from an urban environment, y'all hood and shit like that, all that other good shit that we call it, and you got a non-black friend that uses the N-word when he's around y'all. Nigga, right? Listen to me. I'm not saying it's good or bad or what I would do. I'm saying that I could surmise that it's situations around this country where that's happening and it's love in the room.
I'm asking you. Okay, I'm asking.
That's
you
all I was saying. I'm not saying I would be cool with it.
Florida Matt, he's white, right? If he started saying something nigger, singing a song in this room with us on this podcast,
he would never.
I know Florida Matt would. Florida Matt, I know you might be watching. Shout out. I know you ain't racist. You're just you're an example
right.
as
I know.
a white friend.
But that's the thing, though. Like, I guess I have to just use my imagination because Nigga, Matt
You know
would
he
just
wouldn't
never.
do that, but what would you do?
Nigga, Matt
You know
would
he
just
wouldn't do
never.
that, but what would you do?
If it was Florida Matt, that he deserves a conversation.
Okay.
I love him enough. We've been through enough. That's
Well,
my
that's
boy.
enough for me.
I
I
know
don't
it's
mean
hard
just
enough.
whoop a nigga ever.
No, I'm saying it needs to be a conversation.
Right.
There. It won't necessarily.
You ain't just gonna let him get away with it.
It
is
won't
what I'm
necessarily
saying.
go straight to a fence.
Right.
If it was him.
But you're not gonna let
But
him
I'm
get
like,
away with
yo,
it.
we gotta talk, bro.
Exactly.
Right.
It ain't something he's just gonna get away with.
So that's what I'm saying then. So if I seen like a little twist in the room or whatever,
Yeah.
it could have been a joke. It could have been a real joke from like a movie or a stand-up. You know what I'm saying? You know how niggas is. So like, I would have just had more questions.
Right.
And if I'd have felt better if a couple of his so-called black friends was in the room laughing with them.
Right.
But the fact that it was like all these white kids you never really seen Justin with, so they probably are his real friends and family members and shit, and they were having a ball with it, and he was just able to just skate through that shit, and then he left the culture alone, but that shit flopped. So he came running back to the hip-hop scene. Now he Drake in the Drake video. Son, look, you had a good run, man. You made a lot of money off the culture, like, but you don't really add to it.
Go do rock music or
Go
something.
do something else. Go do something else if you're going to constantly keep, like, and the thing is, I don't even want to say that. And the funny thing, I'm glad you brought up Florida Matt. Florida Matt had dreads for a long time. Beautiful dreads. Long dreads. Nigga, I told
For a
him.
match from the culture.
I told him he shouldn't have cut them. Like, but he cut them. Like, I was like, damn, you should never cut them motherfuckers.
Florida match from the culture, though.
Right. Dog, the funny thing is, I've only heard I done had Florida Matt with me at parties that we done through, like all around the world, like all around, dog, and like been around a whole bunch of niggas, and they always be like, hey, man, your white boy dreads is clean. Tell that nigga his dreads. I'm like, nigga, you tell him. Or like some girl just walk up like, man, I like your dreads. Because his locks represented him, his spirit, nigga. It was just kind of like, oh, that fits you.
Right.
What about Justin Bieber?
Nothing.
Says, nigga, oh, he should lock his hair up.
Nothing.
You know what's coming next.
What?
He gonna do a reggae song.
Oh, fuck.
Watch.
You gonna take the Snoop route?
He
The
gonna do
Snoop
a reggae
Lion.
song. You know what I'm saying?
Just Lion.
Be blind. You know what I'm saying? Just be blind. So, I don't know. I just thought that shit was funny,
Fuck
man.
him. He corny.
I don't mean to come in here on our grown-ass platform and talk about a
He's
Justin
such
Bieber.
a cornball.
But
You know he's a Duke now.
Duke, for
He's
sure.
a Duke now.
Other Duke been out the way.
He's still Duke. He'll never lose that title though.
You don't unlose the Duke, nigga.
Yeah, you Duke for
That's an
life.
honor. How they say, nigga, you're Duke for life.
You Duke for life.
You ain't no coming back from Duke. Don't ever be a Duke, nigga, because there's no coming back from that shit.
Straight Duke for
What's
life
up,
over
Duke?
here.
But, yeah, Tim Scott, Justin Bieber, bitch-ass niggas. All your boy had. That's all your boy had. There's a lot of other shit, though, I think. Long live Mo 3, man.
Long live Shock G.
Long live Shock G. It's no comparison.
His funeral's in fucking Tampa, bro. Saturday.
Yeah, damn, that sucks. My brother's in Tampa.
It's
too.
cheap.
My brother's, how much?
You know it's only $250 round trip.
That's it? Hey, Zelly, I might pull up.
I'm
you
thinking
soon,
about making it happen.
Damn. See, the thing is, that sucks, man, if I'd have known that. Because Mizelle's in Tampa, bro. We got a place to stay. All that.
Dog, I got family in Tampa.
I know, I'm just saying.
Even outside of that. So we would all, but
It's just the last minute of it, and they got us slowed up.
you're about to burn my desk.
Oh, nigga, I was nowhere near it. Nigga, don't try to play me.
Munn finally said something.
Or
I can imagine how he feels right now.
Hurt. Bro, you just think about the experiences they've had. And the exotic experiences that they experienced. Like they've experienced shit that nobody that they know and love have experienced. And it's just them like telling people about it and be like, damn, can you believe we was
Just
there?
different
Can you believe how they
countries
treated us
and-
when we came here?
Yeah.
Like, you know he was getting that royal treatment, dog.
My brother said it the
Real
best.
quick story. I told my mother, like, damn, my Shock G died. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Nigga, I came back in the room 20 minutes later. I was like, Humpty Hump died, Mom. She's like, no. And I was like, nigga, yeah, that's who Shock G is. I had to break it down. Nigga, she almost started crying. Because my mom took me to see him, fam. A meet and greet and to a concert. I fucked with Humpty. Like, I fucked with Shock G tough. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I said that about on the last pod. Like, I never even spoke that to you before. Like, but it was just kind of like, damn, I always felt like a special connection through y'all.
Because of Shock and Money being to the underground, my Detroit family was able to see us on stage at the Pontiac Dome in front of 50,000 people.
Come on, fam. Come on. Come on. Just the stories, just your stories with Shock G alone. It's documentary worthy, nigga. Like, you feel me? We could do a doc, nigga, and talk about that shit like long live Shock. This guy has antennicles, nigga, that will live in hip-hop forever, not including his legendary career. Take his legendary career out of it. The production? Boom, bum, bum, boom, boom. Nigga.
Shed so many tears, man.
I'm going to miss hearing him oratate. I'm going to miss that. Dog, I live for Shock G interviews.
I'm going to miss.
I live for, like, those documentaries where they go to him and he's, like, talking about a time
I'm going to miss
in the
those
culture.
reunions every, like, 7 to 10 years. Them shows we just randomly get to do together.
With the whole fam. Like, yeah. Of course, nigga. Why wouldn't you miss that? You know? Like, hey, man. Give flowers while they're here. And I'm not saying this to Shock.
And here's the thing. I put
it
a post because I was never able to thank him. And it makes me sad as fuck that I was never able to, like, express what he meant to me as a person. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. And all I'll say to you is this. They say what's understood needs no explanation. And I think that when he did that, what he did for you, nigga, when he pulled you up on stage, when he knew you was on tour as a shorty and knew you was itching to get your shit off and was like, fuck it, nigga, and just put
But,
you
dog,
out
he
there,
always, the other thing was he's always had a spot for me in any show that we had together. Regardless if I was rapping with Element, it's no, you're still doing a song in this DU set. You always have a spot that you're gonna get.
That's that, like, professorial nature that this cat had.
And it's like now I have to go hard as fuck is because, like, whatever he saw in me, he don't see in just everybody.
No.
Not every kid on that tour, because there was other 14, 15-year-old motherfuckers running around and shit.
Take it off you for 30 seconds. Think about Pac. Pac was right out of high school. Pac was a New Yorker. Pac was just learning the ways of the Bay and the West Coast. He stood out like a sore thumb. Like, when they brought him on tour as a roadie and a backup dancer, he started learning his spirit. And if you go back and listen to Pac talk about that shit, he didn't, like, tell Shock and them, like, yeah, I'm ready, man, I'm trying to do my shit. He just knew that about it. He just knew it. Like, and then next thing you know, Pac was playing his position, and he was like, yo, this your part.
Well, no,
nigga, what you mean?
Shock said it. Shock was shopping Pac to everybody.
Right.
While they were on tour.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Shock did. Do you know how much Shock shopped Element? Do you know how many record labels knew who Element was?
I know.
Because
I do know.
Man. Like, he shopped the fuck out of us.
That's how. And what
he
I don't
wasn't
understand,
shopping everybody on tour.
What I don't understand about Reno right now to this day, the music scene out there. Shout out to
Element. Is it the famous thing out of Reno?
No, it's because that happens. Greatness gets lost in translation all the time.
But it gets lost in translation to other greatness.
Sometimes.
No, greatness has come out of Reno, and don't get it wrong, Reno. There's a lot of fucking talent out there.
But
there's a lot of talented fucking individuals, bruh. From a nigga who does the music videos for y'all.
Yeah.
There's a lot of y'all talented motherfuckers out there.
Yeah, it is some talent. I've always said that. I've always repped the know. Even when I be back in New York, I'll be like, yo, it's some
and there's talent. A lot of motherfuckers out there that I wish I could tell you should stop rapping and be a manager. You stop rapping and be a publicist, nigga. Cause I see that, and that, like, nigga, you would be a cold ass publicist for some of these niggas out here, nigga.
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm gonna be
mind,
honest with you,
nigga.
though. A lot of niggas in certain
They
cities,
won't take the
the reason why they haven't blown up is they haven't accepted that they want to be in the music industry. They know nothing about the music industry. They don't realize that your friend that basically helped you get the studio because he the one that got a little money and he's a hustler. That's your manager, nigga.
That's your publicist and your manager,
That's
bro.
the nigga that, you know what I'm saying, your boy
That's the
popular,
mouthpiece for
your boy
you.
that played football and basketball and all that shit that know everybody and everybody just fuck with him. That's your motherfucking publicist. Like, create a team.
Nigga, if you know a pimp out there, nigga, make him your fucking manager, nigga. Cause that's a nigga with a mouthpiece, nigga, who's going to pimp money out of any fucking situation that he's in, nigga, to get his cut.
Or he's not gonna take a short for
Exactly, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
He gonna have that. He gonna be running game to every nigga that you're in contact
but everybody
with.
got a pimp / hustler friend out the know. So like you right, that's what you should do. Like, but it's about this too.
Cause that same nigga that can talk to Pablo and get that key for that right price is that same nigga to talk to John and get that deal.
But where it gets an issue is when I say, yo, give me something I could take to the radio. Give me something I could push to these high school kids. See, a 35, 32-year-old nigga that's been rapping for a minute and got a couple guest features from a couple niggas that's popping and made their shows.
Don't know what to do outside
What they
of that.
don't want to hear is from a nigga that does none of that. Be like, yo, make a song that I could take to my cousin that's in high school, have him play it around his friends, get a little dance to it or something, get it popping with them. They're going to run the numbers up.
Look what Soulja Boy did.
You can talk to adults
Soulja Boy was irrelevant. Made a little dumbass Soulja Boy challenge dance.
He was on the shelf.
And popping.
He was on the shelf. He was signed, but
on the shelf. And it's popping.
He was playing when he made that shit.
Yeah, popping.
And the reason why I fucked him up is because he could never really duplicate that.
Yep.
That's not really him.
What he just did is he just did Superman again.
No, he just understood that. Oh, this is the formula.
I have to do
It's
the formula
ringtones.
that I did back then.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was him and Snap the Fingers.
Because ringtones is
Yin Yang
TikTok
Twins,
now.
They was the ringtone.
Ringtone is TikTok now.
And that was their move. That was their lane. And that's where he did. That's why he's still around today and still got bread.
So you know what? Hey, shout out to Soulja Boy. Figuring out what that formula was to win again, nigga.
It's about reinventing yourself, right?
You might have done some crazy. You might have been crazy and all, and kept in the eye that way. But the way that you just got your music back popping again out of nowhere, nigga, popping, the number one song on TikTok, nigga.
It's about your music.
Good shit,
right?
bro.
It's about musically
Hats
talented
off,
and all that
nigga.
shit. But the niggas that make it in the industry, nigga, realize like, oh, okay, the industry is the industry. It's like niggas that get to college and to the pros. The ones that hold on is they can make the switch in their head that, oh, this is different now. This is not me. It's not my dream of just playing and doing all that nostalgia shit is out the window.
Right.
This is a business.
Right.
Oh, I can shoot real good, but they don't want me to handle the ball. I'll be open in the corner, Steph.
Yeah.
I'll be open in the corner, my guy, and I'm gonna make these shots. Oh, I gotta be a defender to play in the league, even though I've been a scorer my whole life. Fuck it, nigga. I'm locking down.
You know who Soulja Boy is?
Yeah.
In the league?
Who?
No,
okay.
I know you know Soulja.
Yeah,
I'm not,
my
nigga,
bad. I know. I
please.
was like, nigga,
We grew up with
you
Soulja.
threw me off, nigga. Like, what you talking about, nigga?
You know who he is in the league? He's Carmelo Anthony, nigga. Like, yeah, they don't want me to be that. I was that nigga at one point who shoot the ball, fade away, all that shit. They don't want me to be that nigga. But you know what?
Okay,
I'm gonna make
see where
you
you're going.
see that I'm gonna go
yeah.
put up 30 real quick on you.
No,
nigga.
I see what you're saying.
Just like,
I'll give you
analogy,
Carmelo
like, I'm not
because
supposed to
I
come up
almost
the
got
handle.
offended that first. Like, yo, nigga, Melo's a beast. But no, I feel what you're saying. You're not slighting it. You're saying that for the ability, because Melo did do something that a star of his
like,
caliber.
I was that nigga. Because Soulja Boy in his prime
Melo did
was
what
that nigga.
Melo did what AI refused to do or couldn't do. I don't know if he couldn't do it
Come
or if
off
he
the
just
bench and
refused to do it.
reinvent himself.
Just reinvent himself.
Yep.
Like, to be that much of a superstar and a legend.
Yep.
And still be like, oh, I'm going to be a role player
No,
for
yeah,
this
I
team.
wasn't slighting him at all. I'm saying at Soulja Boy's height, he was the man. Ringtone king.
Because I still
all
watch
that
Melo
shit.
sometimes on the Portland Trailblazers and be like, oh, what they're missing is they feature him like a bench player, like a role player. They should just let that nigga play like he's Melo.
But
they do to an extent, but they should run way more offense for him.
Come out and do a string of 30-point games.
Yeah.
He can still do that. That's
know.
why I equate him to the Soldier Boy now.
No, I know.
Soldier Boy can still figure out how to get these
some money.
plays,
Yeah.
get this money out pimp this game again real quick.
No, that's a fact.
How to be relevant.
That's a fact. It comes down to that. It comes down to like, look at Chamillionaire.
Melo's a fucking
Look at Chamillionaire.
beast.
Chamillionaire said, okay, well, I'm never gonna be the Jay-Z of this shit.
No, but you know what I'm gonna do?
But
I'm gonna go buy this tech company.
I made a lot of money, right? And I'm still getting a lot of money from shows and shit because I'm still somewhat relevant.
You know, he's
and what he did was he walked away, went into that tech space, that real estate space.
You know, he's 100-millionaire rich,
Yeah,
right off as one deal.
No, right, I know. As a superstar, and that's the thing. A lot of those deals he was getting access to because he still was Chamillionaire. And those rich young motherfuckers that went to college riding dirty, listening to his shit, wanted to bring him into the investments and do business with him.
Yep.
That's how Nas and shit. Nigga, Nas was saying, he was like, man.
Oh, you know, Nas finna be damn near a billionaire here when that Coinbase thing dropped.
Bro,
it's finna go public.
Him and a couple other motherfuckers. The reason why Nas is getting a lot of credit and promotion for that is because historically he had always been accused of being bad with business.
Yeah.
And they would look at Hove and be like, nigga, that's supposed to be your rival and equal. Like, why aren't you as rich as Hove?
Hove just had a different blueprint and different management inside, and his management game was better. Yeah, I said too.
Hove was a hustler, and I be telling people
there was no way to get over on.
Hove never really had a manager in the sense that Nas had a manager.
No,
or like everybody else had a manager.
Dame was like the manager of everybody else.
Right.
Loosely,
right.
Jay-Z's manager. They were in business
paper.
Meetings together.
But
right. Jay-Z still making his own decision.
Right.
You know
I'm
what
not doing that.
Right.
Like, nigga, certain shit. And Jay was right because they tried to flood on
it's like if me and you were in the
They tried to put him on everybody's song.
It's like if me and you were in a business meeting, you're Jay-Z, I'm Dame Dash. They're going to say something. You might lean into me and whisper something, and I'm going to tell them what it is. But that don't mean I'm your manager like that. So you just don't talk titties.
And you know I love Hove, but I'm gonna just be a buck. One of the
But Hove now ain't that nigga.
No, I'm saying one of the negative things about it, and this might just be some Brooklyn shit. It's just like a cultural thing from Brooklyn. Like, we friends, we fuck with each other.
Right.
But if we gonna do business together, this is business, and then our friendship is over there. Whether the business goes good or bad, we still gonna be friends.
Right.
Right, it'll go from like, oh, this nigga fucked up the bag.
Well, that's where Dame.
Hold on, it'll go from this nigga fucked up the bag to us laughing about it. Like, remember when you fucked up? Remember when we was almost rich, but you fucked up the bag.
That's
nigga?
where Dame fucked it up. Is he just got too personal with it? He
hold
never
on,
separated.
this is what I'm getting to. Dame is a Harlem nigga.
Yeah, right.
Emotions on your sleeve.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, son, you hurt me. Like, nigga, I'm out here. And what Dame didn't understand is when Jay was telling Dame, like, yo, why you curse so and so out? Yo, why you go in there? They said Dame will go in the office, curse motherfuckers out, have bitches crying, wanting to quit. Have motherfuckers that want to quit. These niggas went to the best schools, nigga, work in the industry. They not cut from that. You cursing them out, beefing with them, threatening them out, slap chat, all this shit. And they ready to quit. And Jay coming through, nigga, with a gift. With a gift for him.
You
like,
gotta make it all better.
And it's just like, nigga.
That gets old.
You're costing us money.
That gets old, yeah.
You're costing us money, and you're making it to the point where we can't expand and get into the right rooms. And it's like, bro, if you're going to play pit bull, what do you do, nigga? Like, these are the same people. They're not going nowhere. That same motherfucking A&R that you cursed out and threatened to whoop on is now the president, nigga, of Universal, and you wondering why they not trying to give us the motherfucking deal that we know that we want and deserve. That nigga still mad at you.
Right. They don't stop being mad at you.
It's no secret.
Right.
When they sever ties, everybody you told me, oh, your boy, it's going to be, we're going to see now. Dame was the one, because Dame talked the most about it. Dame wore the jersey of that. Exactly.
What did they say?
Loudest in the room, weakest in the room.
There you go, nigga.
So Dame.
And now what do we see
Dame
from
Dame Dash Music Group. And I love Dame. Because Dame's not weak.
Again,
right. Dame's getting money.
That money
right. Dame's getting money. Dame's a boss. Dame's all those things. He's a legend. He's an icon. But in this particular situation,
he lost.
It's like, dog, I remember I had friends betting me like, oh, Dame Dash Music Group going to be colder. It's going to be way better because it's going to be the new rock, all this shit.
No, it ain't.
And it was just like, okay, that shit crumbled. And it was like, and then when Jay was named head of Def Jam and then started Rock Nation, everybody was like, oh, nigga, that's not his lane. He ain't going, he's just a rapper. And then they realized, and I started saying that, I'm like, nigga.
This nigga's a businessman, bro.
He's
a hustler,
always
nigga.
been in that way. He's the one that
brought
Beanie Siegel to the rock.
What we saw was that loose Dame Dash management, where he's managing every other artist. Most people on the outside imagine he's managing
And
Jay-Z
everybody,
too.
and if you listen to Memphis Bleek's Drink Champs, he said it. He's like, man, it was really always two camps.
Yeah,
He
Jay
said,
and Dame's.
Jay and Dame's camp, and he said like, and Big had his own little camp, and he kind of was cool with everybody.
Right.
Like, so the thing is look at it. Look at the people that like the Antanicals. Everybody that went with Dame
Is fucked
either
up
came
in the
back
game.
or fucked off in the game. The people whose career that Dame was in charge of running and managing
Ran into the ground.
look at the young gunners. Like young Chris, nigga, like still makes money because he's such a prolific writer.
Look at
So he writes for a lot of people.
PD Crack,
and shit, but nigga, PD, come
Oshino,
on, fam.
motherfucking Beanie Siegel, Freeway.
State property.
Oh yeah, state property. Period,
Fuck it.
nigga.
State property, Dipset. Because I remember Joel
Joel's
Santana
looks so
saying,
bad right
Dog,
now.
I remember Joel
but you know
Santana.
who you can blame that on though?
I remember Joel.
Fucking Lil Wayne.
I
nigga.
remember Joel Santana saying, "Yo, I sold." No, it was Joe Budden that said this. Him and Joel's was kicking it. It was just when they both was fresh out, and he was like, "Man, I'm platinum, and got a hit record, #1 record." He said, "My nigga Joel Santana." He's like, "This is why I signed with the Rock." It's right when Joe went to the Rock. He was like, "Man, this nigga sold 500,000 and just pulled his money and just drove his Escalade nigga into his apartment in Manhattan." Like Joel said, nigga, Dame and Hov pulled him to the side at his listening party after hearing his album. Said, Hov want to tell you something. He said, Hov was like, "Yo, this shit's not going platinum." And you know, in our era, that was like, nigga, a dub. Like, damn. He's like, "Yo, this shit's not going platinum, but we gonna pay you like it's platinum." And that's why for a long time, and I don't think it's like that now, but for a long time, he was still signed to, like, his deal was different. Like, when the niggas start beefing with The Rock and splitting up and shit.
Well, yeah, because even Cameron said
Yeah.
when Joel's asked out of the deal, he had no problem letting him out of the deal. Because he was like, I was never in it to take money off his. He's like, nigga, when he wanted, he's like, it was never a problem. Because niggas try to say it was a problem. It was like, nigga, there was never no beef between me and Joel.
That's
like,
why I try
when
to,
Joel's
like,
asked
I
out of,
try not to rush to those judgments.
he's
when
like,
it comes to
I
business.
helped him get the
Right.
next contract
That he got
after that.
Yeah.
Like, he's like,
Yeah.
nigga, as soon as he
And
wanted
you know,
out, I
Jim
let
Jones
him
does
out.
a lot of that. Jim Jones like brings a lot. Like,
Yeah.
nigga, he was like, man, Jim bring most of the deals. Like, he was like, that was his talent before he started rapping. Like, he would be around. He was Dipset, but he didn't really rap. He would just do some hype man shit. He didn't really make beats. So like he said, man, not that we ever would have been like, yo, you dead weight. Jim was just gonna be around for the ride, but Jim's
Right.
not that type of nigga. He's a Harlem nigga. He's gonna get it out the mud. He's a hustler too.
Right.
He's like, man, we kicking it with Jim, nigga, doing on the first album and shit on a major deal. He's like, nigga, you come back 3 days later, you ain't seen Jim. He done got cool with the engineers and the producers and shit. And they done taught this nigga how to use everything.
Yep.
Like, that's what he was recording himself, nigga, making albums and shit. He's like, who recorded this for you? He's like, nigga, me. I learned how to do this. Like, nigga, the coldest shit the nigga said, he was like, man, when we got to the Rock and they was like, yo, these niggas trying to take over, what he was speaking to is how lazy everybody wanted to be Memph Bleak.
Right.
It was like, nigga, y'all can't move like Memph Bleak. Y'all not, y'all, that's Hov's little brother.
Yeah.
Like, y'all niggas got to go get it. Y'all not
Yeah.
going to have this forever, nigga. Go get it.
Right.
They wasn't hungry like that. They was
Right.
like, they was acting like they were stars already, missing studio time, nigga, like not wanting to do certain videos and songs and not go to certain shows because they fat, they got money. They just wanted to be hood stars, a lot of them. Dipset comes in.
And it's
Nigga,
hungry. Nigga.
they noticed a fucking closet, and they had already got jerked on the deal.
Yeah.
So they're like, man, we not again, nigga. We out here working.
Yeah.
They seen a big ass, and he was like, yo, man, one of the homies was like, that closet big, nigga. We can make that an office. Nigga, they spent a whole day gutting out the closet, cleaning it up. Nigga, they go by tables, nigga. There's desk already around. Nigga, they moved the shit, nigga. And one of the homies, nigga, knew how to hook up the phone line. So they hooked up the phone line, got some phones and shit. All the Rockefeller niggas that was already there and state property niggas was like, oh, this nigga just got here, nigga. They gave these niggas an office.
Like, nah, nigga. they
Beanie is like,
built
nigga,
that
where's
up.
my office? Like, nigga, you don't deserve an office in Def Jam. Neither does Cam. But nobody, Leo Corin, he said Leo Corin just laughed at it. Nigga like, oh, that's your office, huh? And he was just like, yeah, man, we just needed a workspace. He was just like, and then next thing you know, nigga, a divider was put up. Like, Leo probably directed them, hey, get them some privacy, give them a divider. So they just left it like that. Nigga Dame and Hov thought the shit was funny. Like, yeah, that's how you got to do it. And was telling them niggas like, hey,
Stop being fucking
stop
lazy.
being
These
lazy,
niggas ain't
my nigga.
lazy.
That could have been y'all's office.
Fast. Y'all niggas
Y'all
been
walk
here
past that
long
shit
every day.
But y'all sitting
Y'all
in the,
throw shit in there
but y'all
all
sitting
the
in the
time,
lobby.
nigga.
Are y'all hanging around in our office where we can kick y'all out at any time? Y'all got to get out. We got to handle something. And now y'all just in the lobby, or now y'all just downstairs, nigga. Like, oh, we up at the motherfucking label. Like, no, nigga, you could have just set up your own little shit. Like, nigga, sometimes initiative, nigga, is the number one quality.
That's it.
Like, fuck that. And once they did that, you know how this works. Niggas start looking at Cameron more different.
Right.
Than like a businessman.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh, this
Leroy
artist.
Cohen let him,
That nigga
you
had
know
just
what I'm
signed
saying?
with Dame and them, nigga, and was like, yo, I got a deal for motherfucking Joel Santana.
Right.
And was like, nigga, he's my artist, so I'm about to sign him. And it was, Dame felt like it was going to make him look bad, and he was mad at Kevin Lyles because he felt like Kevin Lyles was on some snake shit, like, damn, nigga, like, you rock, nigga, and you don't, they ain't going to look good, Joel signing with Def Jam, nigga.
Right.
And he was just like, well, Dame, this is like $6 million, nigga, and you're not standing in the way of this, bro. Like, I'm telling you, you my big bro, you and Hope my big bros, like, I'm getting mine.
I'm
you
getting
niggas
this
is rich,
bag.
Nigga. Like,
nigga,
I'm getting my
You
bag.
nigga
Like,
got the bag
fuck out of
already.
here.
Right.
And he was just like, nah, fuck that, nigga. And he went down there and cursed out nigga Kevin Lyles, nigga, and was like, nigga, he's signing with us, nigga. And that's how Joel Santana got signed to The Rock.
Right. Got forcefully.
Again, initiative.
Exactly.
Because he was like, Cameron was like, nigga, I'm signed. I'm in here. We about to start working on my shit. I'm getting induced to all these label heads that signed, that they run other labels.
Right.
And I got 5 niggas that's trying to rap. And Jay and them don't think none of these niggas is nice. Like, nigga. So I got to go put that pressure. And that's how all them niggas end up getting deals.
Right.
Jim Jones, nigga, has never been signed to Rockefeller.
Nope.
Other than as a Dipset member.
Other than the umbrella of
But
Rockefeller.
he moved that shit. He even said when him and Hope started going back and forth and Hope finally, like, acknowledged him. I love Jim for that because that nigga was like, man, my friends was like, damn, it's over. He's like, cause we all love Hov. Like, so he was like, you know, in New York, like, niggas got their head down, like, fuck, nigga, this shit over for you, son. It's a dub.
Right.
He said, nigga, cause they don't know the business like me.
Right.
So I done been around. He said, I'm looking at it like Hov did this, like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, he blessed me.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And he knows he blessed me.
Yep.
He trying to see what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah.
He said, nigga, I must have chopped up that remix so quick, nigga. You'd have thought Hov was in the studio with me. I just came out with it like a feature. Like, nigga, fuck if that nigga dissing me. Nigga, I don't care.
Right.
Like, everybody know I ain't no rapper. Hey, man, initiative. That's the word of the day, kids.
Before we get out here, I want to say shout out to, I guess, NYPD and the feds for finding Jam Master Jay's killer, and
Well, they found him a minute ago.
they just convicted though.
Oh, they got convicted.
Yep, and
What was life?
And for conviction, we're going to clap that's a drug deal, my dad.
Yeah, what? I tried to rob my nigga, man. And that's the problem about this shit, man. Like, we got to start holding down our legends.
Not only are you niggas trying
Jam
to,
Master Jay should have been unrobbable.
not only you niggas trying to poison niggas with the bad drugs, you trying to rob the niggas when you sell them the drugs. It's just a bad day for niggas getting drugs out here. Like,
That's why they need to legalize that shit.
right.
So they can knock them off just like they did all the weed dealers.
That's pretty much it, ain't it? Well, that's another episode of the Always Talking Shit show in the books. Once again, I am one of your hosts, Doc On.
I'm the guy, the one and only Akeem Sincere.
And as usual,
Fuck how you feel, man.
always.
New Always Talking Shit Show.
And we have.
Deuces.